Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a great day today. Welcome in the little Smokies and everybody new alike. I'm glad to see you all. We've got a really exciting episode planned. So if you guys are not aware who ADAM22 and Lena the Plug are, I'm going to give you guys all the tea today because I have kept up with them for a long time. So this is going to be a really interesting episode because it's in the news. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, even if you haven't really heard of them much before, but they are getting divorced. And a lot of people are wondering like, oh, is this coming out of nowhere? Because he's kind of fallen off in recent times. She's not as big as she once was. And I've got all my theories to get into. Also, I've got a few reactions I'm going to hit today. I've got a few videos I saw that were made about me, a couple things I want to talk about, and then we'll probably do a little bit of a short like Love Island recap from last night's episode. So this might end up being a little bit of a longer episode, so get ready to rumble, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. Is it Lena? It's Lena. It is Lena. Just Lindsay said, Zay, how are your watch hours? That's a fantastic question that I'm excited to answer. So yesterday I told you guys we hit 950. I woke up today and we have 1,700. So we're more than halfway to monetization. So thank all of you guys who have been supporting so far because this has definitely been a wild journey, but y'all have shown up and shown out in a way that I couldn't even expect. Also, I was like, where is my Dutch Bros? And then I realized I left it behind me. I just saw it in the background. I was like, damn, I want my Dutch Bros right now. Found it. All right, so your local fauna said congrats. It won't take you long to get there. You got this. Yeah, I believe we'll get there soon, y'all. I didn't think it would take, it would be this fast. Like, I thought it would take much longer, if I'm gonna be honest, but I'm really happy with the speed that everything's moving at, so I really have nothing to complain about. But let's go ahead and start getting into this whole ADAM22 and Lena situation. So those of you guys who don't know, ADAM22 he's like a podcaster. He does mostly interviews with like people from the rap industry, mostly like artists themselves, producers, like anyone who's somewhat affiliated with the rap industry. He's also done interviews with like gang members, people that have been on Soft White Underbelly. So that kind of style of interviewing, right? Now, in 2016, he got an Instagram DM from Lena the Plug, and that's how they met. She actually said that she was a fan of his show, and she reached out to him, and then he ended up taking her out on a date. They started dating, and then in 2020, they had a baby. So this was actually before they got married. They ended up getting married a few years later. But it's important to mention, because when we get into this whole story, you're going to see where that comes into play in current times. Now, they get married in May of 2023. And up until this point, I need to make it very clear. Lena is an adult actress. She's done mainstream scenes. She does mostly like her own OnlyFans content now, but she is definitely an adult actress. So, in the midst of them meeting each other, her like going onto his podcast, she started doing like interviews talking about her previous time in the industry. She talked about old scenes that she filmed in very graphic detail. And he seemed to be pretty unbothered by it for the most part. And I would say a lot of that has to do with the fact that they had an open, like, not a completely open relationship at the time, which we're going to get into very shortly. But they had a relationship open in the sense that they were having threesomes with other women, and he was like filming scenes with other women. So I feel like he felt okay with like her talking about that because he got into the industry himself. Whereas like he wasn't really somebody that was in the industry before that, if that makes sense. Jillian Thrill said, "Oh, this sounds messy." Oh, it's about to get messy as fuck. So right after they get married is where things take a turn. So in July of 2023, after previously saying that she would never film a scene with another man, the announcement comes out that she is going to be filming a scene with a guy named Jason Love. To give a little context, Jason Love is apparently like a known adult actor. I'm going to pull up a picture of him so that you guys can see who I'm talking about, because it's about to add a little bit of context for the next thing that we're going to mention here. Okay. Here we go. This should... Oh, no. Why is that image so small? What the hell? We got like a... Okay, yeah, this one works. And it also will lead into the next story anyways. So let me switch over here. There you go. So... on the one with the tattoo, well, I guess they both have tattoos. The one in the picture right here, laughing, is Jason Love. The one getting beat up with the boxing gloves, that's ADAM22. We're going to get to the point where they box each other later. But she ends up filming a scene with Jason Love right here. Now, this starts tons of allegations. If anybody knows anything about the adult industry, you know, of course, they start calling Adam a cuck, which, like, yeah, especially the way he was responding to it online, he acted like he was into the idea of, like, a man fucking his wife. And before the scene even came out, and when they were announcing that this was going to happen, people on the internet definitely went absolutely wild. It was not like people were definitely anticipating this coming out. That's the best way I can explain it. So then it finally drops. Not only are they calling Adam a cuck, but I'm trying to think of how I can describe this in the least graphic detail possible. Nobody expected how the video would end. How do I say it? Lena the Twinkie. And then never mind. You guys can do the research on that one. That's all we're going to say. That's all I'm going to say. For the sake of, you know, it's a little graphic. It's very... Thank you, V Midnight. V Midnight described it perfectly. Actually, thank you, V Midnight. Well done. So, because of that, things definitely got a little bit interesting on the internet. People were critiquing Adam heavily for the fact that he just married this woman, and then within months, he's letting her have sex with other men on camera, and not just have sex with other men in a way that, like, nobody really expected, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, they have a child together. So this whole thing kind of became a little interesting, because this is something I want to know. While Lena is an adult actress, she also went through a period of time in between, like, while they were getting married, where she had, like, a Lena the Mom account, and I think she still does, but I'm not sure if she's as active as she was. There used to be the Lena and Adam YouTube page that hasn't been posted on for the past 4 years. But they were kind of doing like family vlogger stuff while also being in the adult industry. And I never really fucked with that crossover personally, because I felt like because of the fact of them always publicly being involved with that they should have never put their kid's face online, personally. But that's some of the shit that happened. So let me go ahead and get into the next thing. So after, oh my God, this is my favorite part of the story. This is my absolute favorite part of the story. Who knew reality TV would come into this messy ass relationship somehow? So after she films that scene with him, people suggest, a lot of people online, that he should do a scene with Lena. Like Adam should film a scene like with Lena and another guy. So the way that they figure this out is they decide that they are going to do it as a YouTube fucking reality show, bitches. They film a YouTube reality show called For the Love of Lena. I had to take the mic for this. It was that serious, y'all. So we're going to watch the trailer for the Love of Lena, because for those of you who have never seen this show, I watched this show from the time the trailer dropped to the time that it ended live on YouTube. It's very important that I actually like show you guys even the cover. Isn't this crazy? Oh, also for the people in the chat who are asking why Twitch isn't live, I'm having problems with Restream that I gotta look into when the stream's over. For whatever reason, I went live and it started a whole different stream than the one I had scheduled with a different title and a different thumbnail, and it was acting all funky, and the only way I could get it to work right was to just go live straight through YouTube, but I'll have it figured out for tomorrow. No worries. Oh, and also, just a reminder for the people who, or not a reminder, because I haven't even told you guys yet, for the people who have been asking when my next gaming stream is going to be, tomorrow night I'm going to be doing Peak. I've decided that my gaming streams are going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So I'll get a new schedule posted on Twitch and YouTube for you guys that'll keep you posted on when everything's going to be. All right, so as you guys can see by this thumbnail, this thing was a little bit wild. So let me go ahead and play for you guys the trailer of For the Love of Lena.
Hi, I'm Lena the Plug. I am an adult creator.
My name is ADAM22 and I co-own...
Okay, let me make this just a wee bit bigger. There we go, that should be good.
Plug Talk with my lovely wife. We interview a different girl every week.
And then we them at the end. But we've only ever...
That is something that was super important to mention. I almost forgot that. Oh, also, sorry. Uno moment. Oh, I guess I could just full screen it. He's right. He's cooking it. That looks so much better when I full screen it. He was like, you should just full screen it. It does look good. Anyways, so I forgot to mention Plug Talk. So Plug Talk, remember how I mentioned that ADAM22 does a podcast? Well, if you guys have ever heard of No Jumper, that's the podcast that ADAM22 does. So he made like an offset podcast called Plug Talk, where him and Lena would fuck other women together. So they would interview a woman on the podcast, and then they would go film an OnlyFans episode for her thing. And they'll get into the rest. Here, let me back it up just a little bit.
We interview a different girl every week.
And then we them at the end. But we've only ever done it with other women.
So we've arranged this whole challenge to find the perfect guy to be our first ever boy-boy-girl threesome.
Cheers!
Lena, I came ready to You want to do a dance-off?
Oh yeah, I would love to see a dance-off.
You telling me this guy does porn?
Let me get in the...
Now I need to mention, this was on YouTube, and it was like a reality show. I don't think they tried to take it super seriously as a reality show, so I think that they wanted it to be like a... What can I say? What is the word I'm looking for? They wanted to be a parody. A parody, that's the word I'm looking for. Like, almost a parody. So they had, like, half the people were real contestants, half the people were joke contestants. But let me go ahead and continue this.
Room with her by herself.
You want to get down?
No.
Get down.
Wait, no.
We're going to get you out of the situation.
It's taking so long to get this approved on YouTube.
Thank you, Jacob Guyona, for the sub. So yeah, that's the trailer. Oh, wrong screen. I can't remember how many episodes did this end up being. I want to say it was either 8 or 10 episodes that they ended up filming, and they filmed it like every like basic reality show where they eliminated people every week based off of like who she was interested in. Do you guys want to see who won? You interested? Also, thank you, Call Me Corey Ray, for the sub. Also, Mr. Nutty for the follow and sub. Oh, they said congrats on my gifted membership. Thank you. Well, let me go ahead and show you guys a little more for the Love of Lena finale. I'll show you guys like a brief part of it. Wait, it was only 4 episodes? Why did I think it was way more than that? Alright, let's go ahead and skip to like the very like where they pick the guy at the end.
It's really
They have a clip of it. It's perfect. They have like a literal clip of exactly it.
tough.
Yeah, I think that all of you guys are incredible. You guys are all going places in this game, and I'm very, very confident that even though 2 of you have to go home today, that we've picked a really incredible winner. Now that being said, Thugger, you're going home.
Yeah, boy.
I'm sorry, man.
Do you hear they have the exact reality show dramatic music and everything? Now, just to give you an idea of some of the things that they did as like challenges, my personal one that made me feel like what the fuck is happening, they had Adam and Lena sit on the couch while all the men came in and showed their dicks to them. Why would you do, like, what? What in the fuck? But yeah, this shit was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I think that they took all the episodes off of their own YouTube, because when I look up for The Love of Lena, you can only find the trailer. I could probably find like the actual episodes somewhere, but I can't see if they're on their actual YouTube for some reason. It's not popping up that way.
I love the look. I love your fashion sense. Your pipe game's crazy, but we can only pick one, so you gotta go.
You put in a lot of effort here.
I gave them all.
Perhaps
That's
our
all I can
paths
say.
will cross again one day, my friend.
Oh, this is the closest I'm gonna get.
No,
Enjoy it,
can we talk about the way he hugged her? That's the closest I'm gonna get. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, boy. Now go home.
There's 2 left, and it's time for us to finally pick one.
It's been tough. I don't like to be mean, and we had an especially wonderful top 3. You guys are all very attractive. You guys all turned me on during the lap dance. Picking one over the other, it's hard for me. But we have come to a conclusion.
Yeah, after everything that we've seen today, we've finally come to a decision. And the person who's gonna my wife is Lil D.
Nigga, stop playing with me.
The man who's gonna fuck my wife. Like, you see how they're kind of like, they're clearly almost like rage baity with it. Like, a lot of people on the internet, like when all this was happening, were like shitting on Adam, calling him a cuck. But here's the thing, Adam had always kind of played into it a little bit. He's always kind of made these jokes and like been like, oh yeah, that guy did a really good job fucking my wife, like things like that. And what year did this come out? That's a really good question. I want to say it was in 2023. Let me go back to where I had it on my thing really quickly, because I literally have it written down. I just don't have it up. This came out November 2023. Yep. So keep in mind, they got married in May of 2023. She filmed her first scene with another guy in July of 2023, and then they do For the Love of Lena reality show in November of 2023, and then they filmed the scene with Little D in December of 2023. So 2023 for them was booked and busy and being very rage baity online. Okay, that's for damn sure. Now, I will say, when the entire situation happened where she fucked Jason Love, that got way more attention than even For the Love of Lena. Like, that shit kind of became like a meme, a joke for like people who were like fans of like ADAM22 more so. Like, it definitely was not as popular as the fact that she was fucking this Jason Love guy. So then we're gonna skip all the way through 2024 for the most part, because nothing too crazy happened other than them doing some interviews. And then the boxing match happens. The boxing match happens after June 2025. She films with Jason Love for a second time. Okay? Now keep in mind, in between these periods of time, what the fuck? Why did I say it like that? This period of time, we get videos like this coming out from Jason.
Released
Let me go ahead and show this to you guys.
yesterday. Saw it. First of all, wow. Second of all, whose idea was it to end an?
Okay, so I guess her had been stretched out in a while. So being I was doing all the stretching, it's like my starting to get numb, and I was like, yo, we have to keep going. It was going so long.
This is him talking about that man's wife, by the way. This is Jason Love talking about ADAM22's wife.
That it was nothing I could do. It was like the numbness I didn't notice, and I'm like, yo, it's about, and then hey, it happened.
So the was not planned.
Nope.
But then she got freaky with it. She started eating it.
See, I didn't even have to tell you guys. I told you they were gonna explain it later.
Doing the nasty.
She got into the moment. You know how it is once you get into the moment. It's like, it's all no holds bar. Let's go.
Do you think that you her better than Adam did?
Well, obviously, yes. But I'm pretty sure it probably felt different with Adam for her because love is involved emotions. But as for the physical aspect of getting, obviously.
Imagine saying that about this man's wife, and then she goes and fucks him again. Okay, like, you gotta admit, that is kind of crazy. That is absolutely wild and diabolical. This man is running this promo, right? But that, once again, I gotta remind you, who is ADAM22 and what does he do? A lot of fucking rage bait. So, also, let me try hiding the chat and showing it again and see if that fixes it. Because I don't know why it's broken today. Super weird. But, yeah. Really, really weird. Really, really interesting shit the way that he talks about Adam's wife. And it doesn't stop. Like, this continues and keeps up for a very long time.
Motherfucker. Love you, Gall.
Thank you, Bear, for the $20 dono. Appreciate you guys. The link to donate is pinned up at the top. I'm still not monetized yet, but we're working on it with the watch hours. So thank you so much, Bear. I do really appreciate that. Also, thank you, My Entertaining Life, for hitting that sub button. But yeah, so you guys got the general gist of like how Jason was acting before he filmed the second scene with Lena. So then the second scene with Lena was filmed in June of 2025. And then if you skip ahead to January of this year, Adam had a boxing fight scheduled. If you guys know, like, Aiden Ross did like kind of like a promo boxing event thing that he got Adam and Jason Love to fight against each other in a boxing match that ended with ADAM22 getting knocked out, kind of. He just got knocked down twice, but it ended in 73 seconds. He didn't throw a single punch. Here, let me see if I can find like a very short version to show you guys. ADAM22 boxing match Jason Love. Because I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of funny. And it's only 70 something seconds.
You know about that? You know we got our back.
Go time. Oh shit.
Never let a man fuck your bitch.
Never let a man fuck your bitch.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Never.
No. No way.
Hold on.
Wait, no.
This ain't going long.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, not the never let a man fuck your bitch. And then he's getting his ass rocked. He's getting his ass absolutely tumbled, beaten, and battered. Look at this. Look at this. He's getting fucked up.
He practices score punch, not
No, he's getting
punch.
fucked.
Adam,
He's getting sauced in the ring, bro. It's fucking embarrassing. It's fucking sad.
Wax, you set him up.
No, I didn't.
You didn't get him good training.
He's scared. He's scared. You heard the fucking announcer guy? I gave her back shots and I fucked you up, because that's really what this man is thinking. I fucked your wife better than you did and then gave you a beating. Disrespectful ass shit. When I told you it's messy, I meant it.
Come on, Adam.
What this let's go, Judy Juicer. Let's go to the play.
Let's go. It was at this moment.
Hey, listen, bro.
It was at this moment.
It's not yet. It's not over yet.
It's
It
all
was
over
at
the
this
place, bro.
moment.
He's running. Oh,
my
he's
God.
down. Even the refs are laughing at it.
motherfucker. Happy to see you chose to stream on your own. So proud of you.
Boydston Deborah with the 50. Thank you so much for the $50 dono. Yo, when you guys donate that much now, it's crazy, because I'm like, I keep 100% of that. And y'all don't know, like, even on fucking here, the percentage they take on Streamlabs is, like, very tiny. So, like, it feels really crazy. Y'all donating big donos like that is wild over here. So thank you. Thank you so much. That means a fuck ton to me. So thank you. Holy shit. You did not have to throw that much, but really, I do appreciate it. That is absolutely fucking nuts. That is nuts. Thank you. Thank you. We need a mustard. Here, I almost smacked down. I have to move it over so I don't smack it with my long mustard arm. Oh, here, I'll move it back there. There we go. That should be fine. You can kind of see it, but it's not that bad. We'll hit another mustard. Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate you guys. I'm loving this community we're building, I gotta say. You guys have been amazing. I love waking up and going into the Discord and everybody's just being nice to each other and having a good time. It's really pleasant, and I'm enjoying it immensely. All right, let's go ahead and hit this.
This is all a setup.
Get up!
This is all a setup. That was the whole fucking fight. He got knocked down twice and was done. That was it. Shout out Yonky5000 and Amethyst Amarante for following over on Twitch. I know you guys can't hear me on Twitch, but for the people on Twitch, I'm sorry I couldn't be live today. The restream was fucking me up. Fucking my ass up. But yeah, so you guys have seen the boxing match. You've seen the disrespect to the wife. Now you gotta see the things that were said after this boxing match happened. So, if you guys don't know who Vlad TV is, he's another guy similar to like Adam, who does a lot of like interviews like within like just like the YouTube space, rap space. He's an interviewer. So he sat down with both of them together and at times Adam separately, but we're going to pull up a little bit of some of the Vlad interview segments because he cut up some of the pieces into like different parts. And I want to like talk about some of the things that were said here because I think that it almost like if the divorce is legitimate, these things kind of do back that up, but I'm going to explain why I don't think the divorce is real.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Woo!
Hey, you are the best. Thank you for being so nice to me in Discord. You are amazing person from heaven.
Thank you so much, DBZ Tom. I appreciate y'all. You guys are amazing. You guys have been throwing it on these donos today, and I really fucking appreciate it. I literally am not expecting shit on this channel. This has become my fucking passion project because I just like being able to do the shit I want to do again. Like, these are the type of streams I miss being able to do. Deep dives on shit I'm interested in and knowledgeable about. Like, I've kept up with this shit for years and could talk about it for hours versus like having to force some goddamn same LCU drama fucking content every day. Before I get into this clip, I want to say like one fucking thing. I called my parents today and I fucking told them that I finally quit. And I fucking told them how, like, the shit that Keemstar would, like, tell me, like, how I'm, like, fucking untalented and how I, like, suck and I, like, don't even, like, matter in the fucking community pretty much. My parents were literally just like, why did you not quit sooner? And I'm like, you're literally right. Why did I not fucking quit sooner? I don't know, but I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. I fucking love that song, not gonna lie. All right, now let's go ahead and hit this. Beloved.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Ooh.
I hope this dono goes through. What seeing you be morph we? Will this TTS hit a hoa hoa hoa?
He hit a hoa hoa hoa, but it wasn't a ha ha ha. So it was something. But thank you, S2K, for the dono. It did go through. Appreciate you. And I like being able to fucking be more free with y'all and be able to talk about whatever. So thank you so much for all the donos today, guys. It's big crazy. And thank you, Lena Lalina, for subbing. And Big Easy for subbing over on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. S2K is funny. We got S1K, we got S2K. Now let's go ahead and hit this. I'm going to put this on 1.25 speed, and if it ends up being a little too fast, I might slow it down.
Okay, well, but you guys had the competition, and Lil D was the winner.
Yeah.
And you guys had a threesome with you, Lena, and Lil D.
Yes.
So you were watching a man fuck your wife.
Well, I was fucking as well, but
you
yeah.
were also fucking.
We've
So
done
in
that
a
twice,
way,
yeah.
I'm sorry?
We've done
So
that
they're
twice.
going to talk about both For the Love of Lena in this particular part, and they're also going to talk about Jason Love. So it's going to get a little interesting. So definitely, this is, I think, one of the most interesting parts of the interview because it's like an hour and 23 minutes.
There's another one with Hollywood Cash as well, yeah.
Oh, really?
Another guy, yeah.
Oh, that's been released also?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've done it twice. So it's pretty close to what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
Right?
guess, yeah. I mean, the vibe or the feel of doing it with the guy versus just watching, I feel like is way different. But I've never watched her hook up with a guy without being involved, so.
Would you do that?
Just to chill? I don't really have interest in it. And I wouldn't, from like a porn perspective, no. I'm not trying to be the like, little homie sitting in the corner.
I feel like he would only do it if he was fucking a girl at the same time and we were side by side and he was fucking someone while I was fucking someone. Which we haven't done, but that I think would be exciting.
We've talked about the swap thing,
Yeah.
but then what quite often happens is that it's hard to find a couple that makes sense and that we both agree on, because sometimes it's like the girl will be super hot and the guy's not that hot, or vice versa.
So I feel like even the way that they go into this dynamic kind of sets things off to be really weird. So they're open to letting each other kind of fuck outside of the relationship. And we're going to get into that in a second because there's also a situation that Lena talks about where she feels like Adam cheated on her later on, which is a little bit interesting because of the fact that she seemed pretty cool for the most part about him filming scenes before, but it's almost hard when you have these dynamics and when things start to open up on one side and then not the other, and then they start opening up on both sides. Like, I feel like they never really set boundaries in their relationship that was like apparent to everybody. And yeah, you might not need to do that because of course a relationship's private, but when you make your relationship so public in the way that they did, I feel like at some point there should have been some sort of public boundaries established also, because could be what led to potential real fallout. But once again, I still think the divorce is fake, and we're gonna get into why.
Not a fair trade.
Well, Lena, you did your second scene with Jason Love.
I did.
On a boat.
Did you watch it?
I did.
You did? Oh my god.
That makes one of us in this room. I'm not on that list yet.
Yeah, I was like,
I gotta do my research. I gotta do my research
my
before
God.
I come in. I had to talk about certain parts of that.
Notice how Adam says, well, that makes one of us. So initially when the first scene happened, Adam was kind of like, oh yeah, like I watched it and I enjoyed that shit. Now, after Jason has come in to the scene, like taking shots at Adam and being like, oh yeah, I fucked your wife better than you can, we get kind of this like almost salty ass energy whenever it's brought up. And Adam will go back and forth between the salty energy and like rooting for Jason in times. It's actually really interesting. And in fact, even when the divorce got announced, it was like 15 hours ago, Adam tweeted out on Twitter like a picture of Jason Love. So it's just like really interesting, the things that they'll do. And I'll get into why I think that is also in a second.
Love it.
Well, I kind of skimmed to the end. Skimmed to the end. And listen, I've always been a porn guy since I was a teenager, so I've seen quite a bit of porn.
DJ Gooner.
I would have to say, it did not look like he came at the end.
Oh, also, I do want to answer. Shrazam Mill in the chat said, "Does Adam do adult work too?" Yes. When I was talking about the Plug Talk podcast that they do, that was Adam and Lena together. So he films adult scenes with like other women. He doesn't do shit with like. The only scene he's ever done with like other guys has been like threesome scenes with Lena, but it's not like the men are like touching, if that makes sense. I think they like high five or something.
Let me just put that out there. Am I right? Clearly you're not arguing with me right now.
This is something that you don't do in the industry. You don't like air people's secrets, Vlad.
It's not even a secret. I'm watching it. This was no personal conversation I had with it. It was like at the end, I'm looking at it going like, yeah, that's not what they're trying to make it to be. This is.
You must have watched a lot of porn.
I have.
He has, yeah.
You guys are not denying it though. I mean, listen, it happens, right?
It does happen.
Porn code, you can't really
Like
talk
if
about it.
I don't have BV, but if I had BV and a guy smelled it on set and went and told everyone, that is fucked up. Everyone is allowed to have a bad day, and you don't go around and talk shit about people, because as much as the job is tough on women, it's way tougher on the guy. Like, no questions asked. You have to be perfect, and if you're not perfect, the company might not call you back. Everyone on set does not get paid. It's like so much pressure.
Wait. So if the guy does not come, then the girl doesn't get paid?
Like, no, the set does not get to finish. Like, everyone's waiting on you.
But she's talking.
So, wow. See, here's the thing that I think is a little bit interesting. I think that this interview of her talking about the things going on in the industry could be interesting, but the fact that they're choosing to talk about it under the premise of like, well, they're talking about this particular scene where you can tell Adam's very sour about it, and Adam's sitting right there, and look how goddamn far apart their chairs are. This shit's hella awkward.
Talking about like a formal,
like a studio.
real studio porn, as opposed to her and Jason doing the scene on a boat. That was just for OnlyFans.
Wait. Okay. This doesn't make any sense business-wise. So you mean to tell me that if I was a porn producer and I hired a girl and a guy to come in, the girl came in, fucked the dude for 2 hours, right? And he can't come at the end. The girl gets nothing. She walks away.
Everyone has to wait until there's a way for the scene to finish. Otherwise, every dollar put into that set that day, from the audio engineer to the photographer, what's the point?
Well, I get that, but that's the company.
Yeah, it feels like that should be illegal, right?
Yeah, it sounds illegal.
I mean, it's like
I feel
they
like
find
that's also like that every fucking company. I feel like there's definitely companies that will like just set it up so it's like a fake one. You know what I'm saying? Like if they can't, they'll just like fake it. But anywho.
Solution, and whether the solution is a real pop shot or a fake pop shot, something has to be done.
So it doesn't really happen.
But I'm just saying that's so much pressure on the guy. And I think like, okay, if you can't come, fine, they'll figure it out. But if you can't stay hard, then it's really hard to fix that.
Right.
And then you're at a loss.
But I mean, me and you talked about this last time. I've heard about this for years. There's like an injection you could do.
I've heard about this, yeah.
It's more of like a prick. But I now realize that this is way more popular. I actually forget the exact name of it, but it's basically usually prescribed for older men. Guys are in their 60s or 70s, and they can kind of prick their dick with this thing, and it'll make it stand up for a couple hours. And it's
So, The reason I'm showing it up to this point is because I feel like it's almost important to show that I feel like a lot of their relationship at this point and a lot of the interviews that surround their relationship are solely about their sexual activities within their adult content. We never hear people asking anything else other than that at this point. And I know that they are adult content creators, but not just that. He is also a podcaster. She's also a podcaster. And that's kind of what they ended up have come to be reduced to, and they know is the only thing that sells their content. And that's part of what I'm going to get into as well. No, the No Jumper podcast actually used to be one of the most successful YouTube channels ever. They have a studio for it. It used to have like multiple different co-hosts. They did a live studio show. Back when I lived in New York City, I literally went to the No Jumper live podcast. I have a picture of me meeting ADAM22, House Phone, and AD, the old host like of the show. It's actually like interesting because like back then it was more of just like a rap interview podcast, and they would talk about like just different stuff going on in like the communities in LA. And so it was interesting as someone who's like from the East Coast who doesn't know much about like what goes on in California. But then it kind of took a switch when the co-host left the show because No Jumper started doing worse. And they definitely, they would bring porn stars on for interviews as well and strippers. But like the thing with that was it still felt like No Jumper back when the co-hosts were there. But as soon as they left and they brought in like new co-hosts, the show just kept getting like worse and worse and worse in ratings. And the only thing that would bring No Jumper up in views was whenever Lena would like film a scene with someone else and there'd be like hella controversy. And that once again is where I'm leading to, where I think that this divorce is like almost like fake and planned for views. So the next thing that I want to get into is the next piece of this Vlad interview. There's a couple pieces of this and we won't watch like every single piece into the end because like as you can see, some of them are longer than others and some of them have like more important stuff than others for sure. Like once they start talking about like just like parts of the industry, I'm like, that's like cool and all, but it's not really part of the story we're on right now. All right, so this is where Lena and Adam get asked about what. Here, actually, just watch this.
So let's talk about it the other way. If you find out that Lena had a side dude,
bitch, get out of here. Hell no. No, I would be flabbergasted for the record.
Okay, so you would not work it out with her?
I mean, I think for both of us, it's hard to even fathom that because we would be so hurt. And I mean, I really just look at her like, you know, I wouldn't lie to you about anything of significance. I don't lie to her about anything really, almost at all. And it would be just hard for me to fathom us having anything significant that we're not being honest with each other about. I mean, that would be hard for me to take. I would just feel so betrayed because I feel like we're honest about everything.
He said, I feel like we're honest about everything. Well, remember when I brought up the time that Lena says she felt like Adam cheated on her? She's brought that up in multiple interviews, and we're actually I'm gonna pull a part where she like talks about that in a little bit here. But I just think that it's really interesting that he talks about like so much like honesty and how like hurt he would feel by that, knowing that he's already done something to her that she considers to be cheating.
But shit happens, right? You're interacting with people, you meet people. You know, look, like I interviewed Elon Musk's dad, and he ended up having 2 kids with his old stepdaughter, who he was raising when she was like 4 years old, right? And then like he's like 45 years older than her, and now they have 2 kids together. And when I asked him, I'm like, well, you know, used to be her stepdad, 45-year age difference. I mean, people obviously have a lot to say.
That's some South African shit.
Well, his answer was no rules in love and war. That's it. That was the whole explanation. The end. So shit happens. You know, plan on happening. You know, we were joking, you know, about, you know, the little Diesel interview where he was locked up with a guy whose boyfriend was his son. You know, I mean,
I'm very into this idea.
Very weird stuff happens. But look, you meet people, and you know, a man and a woman, a connection happens sometimes.
So to me, you're saying if Adam had a side chick or if Lena had a side dude, to me that's like this continuous relationship where you guys are bonding and getting to know each other, and it's not as valued as the main relationship, but it's a relationship. I would be more forgiving of Adam going to the strip club and getting head in a town while he was on a trip, okay? It's like, to me, they're different things. There's types of infidelity that I could get over, especially if it was not a recurring thing. But a side chick is like, that's a relationship. You have her name in your phone as some dude's name so that I won't find out. It's a whole.
Notice all of this and like how she talks about it too, because when she has talked about it in like, she doesn't go into like grave detail about the whole cheating thing. All we know is like something to do with sex, but it wasn't great enough for her to like leave. But the biggest speculation happening right now in why she's potentially getting a divorce is that there was cheating involved.
Elaborate plot. Like, you're not texting Pizza Hut. Don't lie.
Hold on, I can make a phone call. Who's Pizza Hut?
His example was crazy.
No, I mean, I agree. Like, I could kind of imagine myself getting over her having a lapse in judgment. That's one thing, because it's not as much explicit betrayal. But once you're like, once you find out that, oh, on Wednesday when I told you that I was going to be doing podcasts until midnight, that I was actually watching Netflix and performing cunnilingus on some girl, I mean, shit, I couldn't blame you for wanting to, you know, chop my head off for that, because that's just so grimy that you're like at home by yourself. You thought I was at work and I'm actually living it up. Like, damn. That's
interesting, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine getting married and like their interactions are all like this. Like, do you even see the way that they talk about it with each other? You see the way they look at each other? Like, does it even feel like they're married to each other? Would you like watch an interview like that? And if you didn't know who these people were based off of like what I just told you, would you even assume that? Now, here's where we get into the part where they start talking a little bit about the prenup in their marriage, which I think is a little... Thank you. Because you know what? That was literally what my point is. Jillian Thrill said they feel like coworkers, and I have felt like that for years. I feel like Lena and Adam honestly have stayed together because they know how to rage bait people for so fucking long, and it was beneficial for them to stay together for both of their brands, for her OnlyFans and for his YouTube stuff. And then now that it might no longer be beneficial for both of them to stay together, that's the only reason I could consider them getting divorced. But I still don't think that the divorce is real, which I know I keep saying that, but let's go ahead.
For me...
Oh, let me speed it up again for you guys.
The last time I split bills with a woman I was dating was college. Ever since then, whatever woman's with me, I cover everything. But I've never had a woman that actually made more money than me, or even close to the amount of money that I have. So it's like, if I'm making $150,000 and she's making $30,000, me asking her to split anything I feel is just silly.
But wouldn't you feel like she should split the bill with you if she was making twice what you made?
No, because then you have to live a bum-ass lifestyle like her. Because if you're living as if you can only afford the percentage of it that she could afford, then you got to live a life that you probably don't want to live. Like right now, if me and you break up and I get a new girl and she makes $100K a year, and let's just say I make a couple million a year, then yeah, like probably she's moving into my crib.
Right.
I'm paying for all the dinners.
Right.
Maybe I'll pay your phone bill. Maybe I'll pay your car bill, whatever. Like, because realistically,
But
like,
I'm saying the opposite. What if she made more than you? You would want her to pay for half of everything, right?
oh yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I was asking.
Could you imagine sitting there next to the person you're married to and talking about if you get divorced? Or like what would happen? Like this is not like, this is a little, to me, like they're too comfortable talking about this the way that they are. Am I the only one who thinks that? I don't know.
But when there's a big disparity, then I completely get it, because it's like, I don't want to, you know, it would be bizarre for me to say, oh, give me $3,000 for your half of the rent when you're making $8,000 a month.
Yeah.
And that $3,000 really hurts you. And meanwhile, like, I can easily afford that. But that dynamic where I own the house and she's just living with me and shit, that does lend itself to having a power dynamic where it's like, how could you be so demanding that I not have a side chick, or that I don't get pussy on the side,
But
or whatever?
it's all your laundry.
When the guy's paying for everything, the chick is just not really in as much of a position to be able to call the shots. But that being said, it's also like we're talking about a woman who gets into a relationship with a rich man, as opposed to me and you, who basically built everything together from the ground up, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I had one girlfriend.
So y'all all heard that, right? You all heard that fucking mess right there? Yeah.
Who just came from a very wealthy family from Indonesia, right? I remember first time I drove in a BMW was her car. The first time I got a Louis Vuitton wallet, she gave it to me as a gift. So, but it was a little weird to me. It kind of, as a man, I felt like, okay, so this woman just has way more than me and she's buying me gifts. And I like the gifts, but it's also a little weird being a man.
I do want to pause and read this one out. Shelby Ray in the chat said, I've joked with my husband about upgrading, but we are 16 years in. I do want to say they have technically been together for 10 years because they got together in 2016, but they've only been married since 2023. So they've only been married for 3 years, but together for 10. So like, I'm sure that like jokes like that happen, but the problem is that most of their interviews are like this. Most of the situations where they're interacting is like this. I'll show you guys a little bit later. There's an interview that Lena did. She had a channel for a little bit. I can't remember the name of it right at the moment. But she did a channel where it was like a girly style podcast and she would do interviews and she interviewed Adam. And it's just interesting. It just feels really weird.
And, you know, like for example, we were talking about, what if we get married one day? And she's like, my dad will buy us a house. And I'm like, that's going to be different. So that's technically going to be her house. She can kick me out of.
But if you're married,
house.
it would be both yours.
Depending on how it's structured, right? It can go a lot of different ways. Did you guys have a prenup?
Mm-hmm.
You did. Congratulations.
I initiated it.
When you had that conversation, was he?
I initiated it. You know who also filed for divorce? Miss Lena.
You cool with it?
Yeah, I think we're both very logical people. We love each other, but we know that there's so many marriages that end horribly, and it's like
60% of marriages.
We've just seen it way so many times, yeah.
The funny thing about the prenup, though, was that his lawyer was like, "Are you sure that's your kid?" And that's like the internet comments come to life, and it's like, if you've ever seen my kid, she doesn't look like me. She looks exactly like him. People think I'm the nanny, and I was like, this is some shiesty ass shit right now.
But for the record, the lawyer said that before you did the scene with Jason Love, and
exactly.
that became like a big joke after that, yeah.
But I was just like, wow, I could see how them dealing with all of these marriages, they have a very negative and pessimistic view about divorces. And when I saw that, I was like, how could this not be his kid?
I mean, the lawyer was telling me, like, so look, they dream up every nightmare scenario that you never thought about. They're like, so she pays half the expenses or whatever. I'm like, yes. They go, what if one day she just decides that she doesn't want to do that anymore? And then you got to like basically like confront, okay, how would you proceed with your relationship if everything was just completely different? Or they just list off all these crazy, negative, awful things that I couldn't actually imagine you doing, but they're asking me like, what do you want to do if that happens?
And now look at it. And now the end might be near. But let's go ahead and get into the divorce a little bit before we keep getting into some of this evidence, because I gotta get into like why I think that everything is the way it is. So I'm gonna start with this TMZ article. So TMZ put out an article, and this is kind of what led to everybody tweeting about this, but this is my theory, and we're gonna get into it. So TMZ puts out the first article. Lena the Plug files for divorce from ADAM22, and this is published on June 3rd, 2026. At 2:42 p.m. And this is important to note because Twitter blew up with this situation right around the time that like my stream had ended yesterday. So like between like 4 to 5 p.m. Twitter had blown up with this. It says Lena the Plug is pulling the plug on her marriage with ADAM22. TMZ has learned. Filed the divorce docs in LA County without a lawyer. Okay. On June 1st. Now, something else really important to note, June 1st is Lena the Plug's birthday. And once legal and physical custody of their 5-year-old daughter, according to divorce docs obtained by TMZ. So they have continued doing the plug talk thing. They've done the OnlyFans thing. But that being said, Lena says that she does not have a job. Her only income is $3,000 monthly spousal support from Adam. Why do I think that this divorce is fake? because based off of the podcast that we literally just watched, we know that they signed a prenup under the premise that she had her own job, he had his own job. So why in the hell would she file saying that she gets $3,000 monthly spousal support, knowing that there's evidence out there saying otherwise, knowing that she's publicly had this OnlyFans account, unless the only thing that I could surmise is that the OnlyFans account was made under Adam's information, but that wouldn't work. There's literally no way OnlyFans would pay him out her. Like, I just don't feel like they would allow that to happen unless they filed as a couple's account. But they also have multiple OnlyFans accounts. So I have no clue how they have that filed. But there's no way if she's the one running and doing OnlyFans that she'd only be getting $3,000 a month. Like, it just, the money is not adding. Then, that's not the only thing that happens that day that's also really interesting. He also puts out the same day, right after this TMZ article gets put out, and they even update their article to add it in, this picture, I don't know what this is, I'm so sorry. Wait, let me just, yeah, that one's better. He puts this picture of his wife, Lena, this woman that they filmed a scene with, and is advertising a new Plug Talk episode that is coming out. And he also advertised this on his Twitter. Then, when I went over to Lena's Twitter, I saw that she had been re-advertising a Jason Love scene, the boat scene that they were talking about in that previous interview as well, right? And I took a note of the main accounts that I had been seeing tweet out about the divorce. Buck on Twitter, like, I think you guys, if you're on Twitter, you know who I'm talking about. Like, that guy Buck always tweets about YouTube stuff, but you know he also tweets out paid stuff about Sophie Rain all the time. You know who else I saw tweet about this situation? Drama Alert. You think they don't get paid for fucking posts? I can guarantee you that 90% of like the YouTube news sources get paid for posts. And I did a little research on TMZ as well, because I do know that TMZ is a pretty, like, they drop the news first. Doesn't mean they're always correct, but if they are wrong, they will usually drop a retraction. So, I looked up, does TMZ ever get paid to do posts? And they said yes. A lot of times, though, they will let you know if it's, like, sponsored or something like that, but there has been times where they have been known to get paid to paint things in a particular light. What I could see happening here, and why I think this, hold up, I need to show you guys what Academics had to say about the situation. If you guys don't know who Academics is, he's very similar to Adam. He talks about a lot of rap news. He's a really popular commentary YouTuber, been in a lot of controversies, but his breakdown of the legal document that Lena filed is honestly the best I've seen.
Let
me go ahead and full screen this for you guys.
Immediately, I'm in a group chat with Adam. I immediately called this out as a promotional stunt. I said, come on, what video are y'all dropping now? Let's go over the facts. She filed it on June 1st, her birthday. She posted a video referring to him on her birthday as her husband. She filed it without a lawyer. That's a big red flag. She claims she has no access to her financial assets or financial resources. The reality here is, I would say, why would this story of them getting divorced happen? And I said, well, this is great promo for some video that people could say, oh, after too many BBCs, she's finally leaving him. It makes for a great story, because I'm not believing this. I think he's a little bit in on it, because he's like, oh, no, nah, this is real, nothing lasts forever. Stop it. I was born at night, just not last night, okay? I immediately...
And like I said, so the document filed on her birthday, the tax information, or the day that taxes were due was also when their separation was. So they got separated on April 15th. It's like the timeline of this does fit for the perfect fucking storyline. And I know people are saying, well, what little Lolly said. But yeah, there's a reason he's saying that, is because that's always been the thing that's been like promoted this entire time this Jason Love thing is happening. And let me go ahead and pull this one thing up. Uno moment. Also, Dave Verhoeven, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Sorry, let me just log into something. Uno moment. Let me also take the chat off full screen because it's not even working today. So I don't want to keep it up there when it's not going. Actually, I can't. Here, let me just pull this up on my phone because for whatever reason my Twitter is not logged in on the computer. But I have this thing from fucking Twitter that is in relation to this. It should be like right here on my saved thing. Wait a moment. I keep forgetting that I don't have to worry about like dead air like that. You guys probably don't care. Okay, let me drop this into the live on air that I'm in so that I can just grab that out really quickly. Perfect. Okay, so this is the full breakdown of the filing that I'm talking about.
I'm saying
and I
this
told
is
you guys that he did like a complete breakdown, so it's 3 minutes long, but I'm not gonna lie, this will tell you everything you need to know about what I think in my theory.
Bullshit. You Google this email. Let me type it in. Was it Brenda Kate60@gmail.com? When you type that in, only back pages come up. That's not her email, bro. Okay? This is some scam page that has, and by the way, if you click on these links, it's a picture of Lena, but Lena, this is May 2nd, 2026. Lena isn't on Backpage in 2026, my nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, she's on OnlyFans. Anyway, what...
His point being, usually when somebody's a huge figure like this, they take their information off. So he's saying if this was a real email, there's no way this would be searchable the way it is. And also, it is really interesting that the entire legal document was filed publicly.
This screams to me, right? It's a non-New York number. This email address, if you actually, like, there's more like links, but like I think I'm in safe mode because I'm on stream. It goes into, it's a scam email address. I personally believe that this document is a real document filed in LA County Court. It's just not filed by Lena. Did you get what I'm saying? So it's a real document. Definitely a real document. So somebody has committed a crime because they do sign for her. If you go down, they do sign for her. And it's real. Let me see. There's somewhere, or it might be on the other document. It's like 7 documents. Look. Oh yeah, they submitted this electronically, Chad. So the signature is just typing her name.
So what if this wasn't even submitted by Lena? I think that's his point. Or even if it was, like, this definitely just doesn't seem real. Because here's another thing. Just because you file for divorce doesn't mean you have to go through with it. His point being is that he thinks that either them or somebody from their team filed this, like, fake legal document to push this fucking story. And considering the channels or, like, the accounts on Twitter that are pushing this the most, I believe him.
The signature is just typing her name. There's other things that's clear in making me realize this is fake. When it comes to disclosures about the property, right? Like, Adam has a warehouse that they have a mortgage on. A mortgage, I believe, is for over like $3.5 million. Or
the warehouse is the place where they filmed the No Jumper podcast. It's like the studio I was telling you guys about, just for a little context in case you don't know. That's also where they do like the plug talk, and like that's where he has like the podcast studios.
Close to 5 from what I've heard. She lists the property worth, or not she. This person lists the property worth as $1.1 million. Also, Lena has multiple houses. I know this from talking to her, and you can look it up via property records. It actually doesn't even list the ownership of that. It's the fan made it. It's not her. So again, I don't think they're in on it, I think some stalker did this. However, maybe it's somebody who is working with them that's doing this and they're playing the video. Depending on what they do, it'll tell me if they were in on it or this is a erroneous filing. But it doesn't appear to be real. Now, here's the problem. It's a crime to put in a fraudulent divorce filing. It's a crime, actually a crime.
I firmly believe that they know that. They absolutely fucking know that. And on top of that, I think that what this is like a promotional stunt. So they definitely have somebody on their team who's filed this for them because they know this is not gonna get fucking pursued. Like, no one's gonna pursue this in court and be like, you did this fake divorce filing, and gonna push at them heavily against this. But you know what this is gonna do? Get them way more talked about than they have been in a year, in 2 years.
Right? Which I was even thinking about, white people, they usually cross their T's, dot their I's. It makes no sense for Lena to actually put a fake filing in just to promote a video. That's a crime. You're going to go to jail. Especially now it's on TMZ, and you got to actually try to get divorced from the nigga then. You get what I'm saying? All things are pointing to them not getting divorced.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's what's the weird thing about it. Like, it definitely is fake, and no one knows exactly how it's going to all crumble cookie, but I guess we'll find out. But let me go ahead and jump over to the next TMZ article that happens. And also, shout out to Rhodey for hitting the sub on YouTube. So, same day, June 3rd, which was yesterday, but at 4:26, so 2 hours after TMZ's initial article, it says ADAM22 isn't exactly wallowing after Lena the Plug filed for divorce because he's celebrating the split on social media like a man who's been set free. Lena the Plug has filed for divorce from ADAM22 TMZ reports, and he puts this message, and I know it's really tiny, so I'll read it out, but I'll also make it bigger for you guys. He says, all black women who want to date me, please DM me. I will buy you a car. So usual ADAM22 rage bait shit that we're used to seeing, right? He also does freedom on his story, but once again, nothing is directly like being like, oh yeah, we're for sure getting divorced, just like him kind of almost like memeing. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as like what he said. I know he also tweeted out the picture of Jason Love. She's not said anything other than done OnlyFans promotion, which is once again what makes me feel like this is all going back to them just trying to promote both of their content that hasn't been selling the same way it was a couple years ago. Because they used to be really talked about. They used to be some of the most talked about figures on YouTube. So it's a little interesting to me to see how hard they've fallen off. Now, let me go ahead and pull up. Where is it? Here it is.
You guys.
So this is from Adam's show, No Jumper. He had Lena on for an episode, and she talks about. They start talking about like filming, like no longer. They start talking about having sex, not on camera. That's what I was looking for.
This business on Plug Talk, right? You guys are so active there. Mm-hmm. When you get home, is it kind of like whatever because the workplace?
Like sexually?
Yeah, because the workplace.
It depends because sometimes we come home and we're so worked up from how good the scene was that when we come home we just go again. And then sometimes we're so exhausted because maybe we had to do like 2 scenes in a day plus a big meeting. But I would say there are scenes that like inspire us, and then there's ones where we're just like, we're good for now. You know, especially if we do like a 5 days in a row shooting, then we're kind of like sexed out.
Like this week.
T. Bree said Academics was accused of SA, wasn't he? Yeah, I want to be clear. Academics, not a good guy. The only reason I'm using him was for that breakdown of the legal document that he did because it was actually a good breakdown. But Academics, I don't support him. I don't fuck with him. He just was the only one I saw break down the legal document the way that he did. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't go watch his shit, but, you know, for the evidence.
Yesterday, 2 threesomes on Plug Talk. This morning, had a threesome for her OnlyFans. And then tomorrow, Jesus Christ, the fucking evacuation thing. I've had this turned off on my phone. Oh, disregard last evacuation warning. It was for Kenneth Fire only. Well, joke's on you. I was already disregarding it. Yeah, and then tomorrow we're supposed to do 2 more Plug Talk episodes. So are we having sex off camera? No. I mean, how many fucking nuts do you really need to?
I want to pause really quickly. Amethyst Amarante said, was there any evidence, not saying he didn't, or did I? I'm just curious. So basically his evidence on the legal document, he proved that, first off, the dates of the filing were really suspicious. Her filing on her birthday and them legally separating on the day that taxes are due. That's very suspicious. Also, pointed out in the legal document that the email is clearly a spoof email. The fact that the email shows up on back pages, it would not be Lena's email. I mean, it's nothing even like tied to her. It doesn't even look like it would be like an assistance type email, because someone that would be associated with Lena, like their shit, you can't find it on back pages because of the fact that she's such a prominent internet figure. Like, there would be no trace of something from this filing. And he also says that he knows the phone number and says that that is not her phone number. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying take everything he says as like fucking fact, but as far as like breaking down some of the stuff with the legal documents, it is very interesting when you look at it.
Bust. I mean, if I'm doing 5 in 3 days, that feels like that's probably sufficient. And she has a lot of stuff that she wants to do.
She said, no, about the SA, not the divorce, my bad. Was there evidence? So, that would be like a whole nother video I'd maybe have to do one day. As far as like the academics accusations, there was like a video that was put out by the woman. It wasn't just, it was supposedly him and another guy, and the girl was like, I don't want to tell the story wrong, so let me like not actually tell this story wrong, because it is like very deep and convoluted, but I want to say that there was like security footage evidence. I could be wrong. Someone can correct me in the chat, but it's been so long since I remember that happening. But if you guys want me to do like an episode going into that, I could definitely do that.
On the laptop, and she's like ordering outfits and like looking at private schools.
You don't know how to have on a laptop sex?
Please teach us. I want a whack parenting course. I want a whack podcasting course, and then I want a whack sexing course.
It's 3 different ways, bro. You can let her get on top and get a laptop holder, or you let her get in the doggy style position, right? And you know, you just got to make sure you doing it at a pace.
Okay, S1K in the chat said, I think the charges were dropped, Amethyst. I don't think he was convicted of anything, and I think he probably knows a little more than I do with that, so I trust him.
Where she can focus on what she's doing with the laptop. And then there's her laying on the side. Right?
I'd like to be flat on my stomach. Is that an option?
How uneventful is the intercourse if the person can continue to type, read, compose their thoughts, etc.? Like, I feel like I don't want to be having multitasking sex.
I never make it. I never make it. I promise I don't.
I don't.
I need to pause because the Daily Shaver in the chat said, was they doing the 3-way rumpy humpy in the sheets? The 3-way rumpy humpy, bro. I fucking love that. That is so fucking hilarious.
Don't just, you know, it's the difference between making love, fucking, and freaking. You can't just bang her out the whole time. So you start with this sensual, slow thing. You know what I'm saying? The slow grind thing, and let her get to her thing. And then, you know, once you see it going somewhere else and she's like tapping and she's messing up too much and she's like, screw it, that's when you go to the putting in the work.
So, okay, you're working on your laptop. I come over, I creep on in, I start eating you out, finger banging you for 20 minutes, just slowly getting you in the mood while you're shopping on Kohl's on your laptop.
Never bought a thing from Kohl's, but yes, continue.
Does that add up to you? Does that sound good? Does that sound bad?
If we were like on vacation and I didn't have anything to worry about, yes, it sounds good. If I have like 20 minutes and I'm trying to get something done on the computer that's very important to me, I'm pissed.
Yeah, because a lot of times for us, it's like the kid is asleep by like 8. All of a sudden, you know, and she wants to go to bed by 10.
I'm really trying this 8 hours of sleep a night.
Pretty small window,
trying it out.
you know, for us to actually get it in.
8 hours of sleep?
I wish I could
I'm
do
trying to do 8 hours of sleep.
I can't. Because otherwise,
He's
up all night
Really?
long. Like
I would get so much done if I could stay up all night. If I could stay up till 4 in the morning, oh my God, I would get so much done.
5 hours, by 5.
I feel like even in this interview, you can almost like feel like the disconnect in the things that they want in the relationship. He's still very focused on like you know, he wants like to. He's more of a party type of guy. He wants to stay up all night. He wants to still do like all the like almost like single guy shit. And she wants to like almost like settle down, be a mom type, but also they still have this like looming like adult content like thing over their heads. It's so interesting. This is really such a weird dynamic to look at. Also, thank you, Chance Hevia, for the sub over on YouTube. Really appreciate it.
or 8, like.
Yeah, he's like
about
every
that
2
sleep.
hours.
I didn't sleep for like 4 years, so I'm really trying to catch up, you know?
For 4 years? What you mean you didn't sleep?
My kid has woken me up every night for 4 years.
That's the biggest thing, though, I think, in terms of us having another kid, is that we need to have the night nanny, and we have to really like create separation so that we can sleep better. Well, really, you, since I never really stopped sleeping.
He never woke up, so yeah.
So the question is, what lies in the future, 10 years from now, for Adam and Lena, to where you get to a certain age?
This sounds like the end of the interview.
The plug talk ain't it. The plug talk ain't it. We don't know what
Did you hear him? That sounds like the end of the era.
Go end up anywhere.
I could picture her dating a much younger man, having, you know, a 25-year-old NLE Choppa type under her arm. Myself, probably.
You just broke up with me in the future?
No, I'll probably.
Like,
I think I have an
This is how two married people. He's like, yeah, what do you see for your future? He's like, yeah, she's gonna be with like an NLE Choppa type. I mean, he's probably not wrong.
Sexual future ahead of me. I think I'm going to become like a depressed tournament guy playing poker all day. Yeah.
If he could sit at home all day, he would just watch YouTube videos and play video games the whole day.
She told me the
That's
other
what
day
he'd
she
do.
thinks I'm becoming a hermit because, see, okay, she would be more attracted to me. This is one of my main conflicts in our relationship. She would be more attracted to me if I took on hobbies. Like, she was very attracted to the BMX part of my life when I'm outside doing something with my hands, getting dirty, hanging out with the boys, etc. Recently, I mentioned that I would kind of like to play guitar. I would like to learn to play guitar just because it's so outside of anything I've ever done that I feel like it would be an interesting challenge. And she loves that. She hates me sitting on the computer by myself watching podcasts, playing poker. That to her is very like, ew.
I want you to like get into carpenter work and like help me build a cabinet.
So she wants you to do manly things.
And I don't care about that stuff. Like, she would love if I could just be like a chef.
Yeah.
See, he's just like a casual, like, still like almost like Playboy type. He's like, I just want to like gamble on the internet and like fucking chill. And she's like, well, I want a man who's gonna like help me build cabinets. Like, the things that they want in their life have never lined up. Like, I feel like in their relationship has been like this for a long time. The only time that I felt like they were in a good era was like when they had they were doing the YouTube together. It was like 4 years ago. They started doing like parent vlogging and stuff. Like, I felt like they were in a good place then. And then like right when they stopped doing that, that's when I kind of felt the fall off between them.
So you figure she's gonna leave you for somebody that's good with their hands?
No, it's not even that. It's just like when the electrician guy comes and knocks on the door, he's like, hold on, let me get my wife. Whereas more people come and say, let me get my husband.
But I've never had to call an electrician in my whole life. I don't even know, like, I would
you don't
like
know the light switches, I know.
I would love for you sometime to just tell me, like, hey, there's this problem in the house. Can you take care of it? Although, to be honest,
because what's gonna happen if you're gonna be like, the guy told me stuff I don't fucking remember what it was.
And I'm gonna be like, yo, Josh, can you help me out? We get an electrician over here. Yeah, I take any task and I put it on someone around me.
Hands on those things.
Really?
Yeah,
Man stuff.
He does.
Yeah, I hands on those things.
I do the man stuff and the woman stuff.
I like to outsource
Wait, what
everything.
do you mean you do the man stuff? What did I just hear right now?
I do the man stuff and the woman stuff. I'm in charge of the entire household.
Clip it.
Okay, this is the thing. She is so neurotic and on top of everything and needs to know how every single thing works.
In my own house that I pay a mortgage on, yes.
She won't really like let me have any responsibilities because she doesn't trust me enough to handle them.
Well, you're a daddy.
Because he's so incapable. Dude, they do not fucking like each other at fucking all. You can tell the only reason they are still together is for the sake of their kid.
Well, yeah. I would say more than
I think
a
it's just
mama's
more
girl, right?
like I was the first daughter, but then I also just like took care of myself from a very young age, and I'm very responsible. And
Must be nice.
you're so helpless, so I'm not gonna have you help me with something where I feel like it's gonna take me double.
he's like a big
double
ass
the work.
kid.
I have
Yes,
very limited
I told
life
him the other day,
skills.
he's like, it's like dating a 13-year-old boy because he's like, can I stay home and play video games? I don't want to come. And then if he does come, he's on his phone in the corner the whole time, and I'm like, put your phone away, Adam. Talk to people. You know.
She does have to scold me to be more social
You're
around
like
the family.
antisocial.
It's not that I'm
One of the top
antisocial.
podcasters, but you're
I
anti.
would never know that.
I have so many things
I would
going
never know
on
that.
in my world that I might have to like hop
He's
on.
texting you half the time.
We don't text a lot. He'll call me.
Oh, you just told on yourself.
What?
It ain't me he's texting if he's telling you that.
Oh, I hope.
Y'all caught that? Do you see what I'm saying? And remember what she said in that other podcast with Vlad about the infidelity, finding out that he's texting girls secretly.
But Sally or Rachel or whoever
There
you're
it
talking
ain't
to.
me.
Sally and
I
Rachel.
know it's just his group chats.
I want to take on more responsibility around the house. I just need.
Right.
She won't even put it on me. She'll put it on like her assistant.
Because me telling you what to do is going to take me so much more time than just doing it that it's exhausting.
I'm also here all the time.
That's
so
crazy.
It's tough. I don't have that many hours out of the day that I'm even home.
Well, I will tell you this.
You took a really long
Come
nap
like
this morning.
7:15.
You didn't wake up until like 12:30 today.
Because we had to shoot porn at 12:30. So I wake up.
Charging up.
I wake up at 8. I go. She had got me a burrito. She ordered food this morning. I ate the
Made you a
burrito.
coffee.
I surveyed my whole life, and I said, what do I have to do right now? I looked at my email. I looked at Twitter. I looked at Instagram. I looked at YouTube. And I said, okay, I got nothing to do right now. What is the best use of my time? I'm going back to sleep for 2 hours.
So does that kind of give you guys like a little bit of a vibe? Like you can just tell Lena is no longer attracted to this man. She literally sees him as a 13-year-old man-child. She feels like she is his mom. It is a little crazy. Now, the last video that we're going to get into with these guys today, it's actually an old podcast that they did on her channel that I was talking about before. It's called Touchy Subjects. And I feel like this kind of gives you like a little bit of insight of how they were this is when I told you I felt like they started having that disconnect in their relationship. It's here. Okay, let me get this sped up a little bit. There we go.
Point that like me being around people at the store became like if I'm not having a conversation with someone for 1 minute, then someone's walking up to me and trying to tell me about their music.
Yeah, you weren't really good at like protecting your energy, and you know that's like where you were working, but then all your friends would come through, and then all fans would come through, and it was like you're gonna talk all day on camera. You're just giving so much of yourself, and then that's back when I was working by myself at home most of the day and saw almost nobody. So then we would have the issue of our energies not matching because I would be so excited for Adam to come home, and then I'd be like literally like an excited puppy, and then Adam would come home and he'd be like dead, and he didn't want to talk, and it was like I feel like that was a little bit of a
it took a little while for us to start to figure that.
And this is before that interview that we just watched. So think about it. So originally she's saying that she felt like she was like the homebody, like waiting for him to come home, and now she feels like the roles have almost like switched, where she is like going out doing things, he's at home all the time, he doesn't want to do anything. She called him a hermit, you know? It's really interesting. You can almost just see like this is like the beginning of the end is this podcast that we're watching right now. So it's not going to be anywhere as bad as the one we just watched, but it's like the beginning of the end.
Out because I would walk into the house and you would be standing on a chair to hug me because of our height difference. Like, I have a boyfriend.
You're sad I don't do that anymore.
I have a boyfriend, yay! And then I would be like, what's up? Sit down, give you the hug, but like sit down on the couch and be like, oh my God, I was just at work for 12 hours. Like I was just leaving it all on the court, you know? And then, now sometimes I do miss that because I come home and you would never even dream of getting your ass off the couch to show me
I
some
used to like greet Adam at the door, be like, hi babe, are you hungry? And now I'm like off in some room. He'll come find me when he needs me.
Yeah, she's in the closet like rearranging her earrings and doesn't give a shit about coming out to see me.
It's not that. It's Parker. It's because, no, it really is though. And I feel like this is a point in people's relationships.
For context, Parker is their daughter.
Where they start to have problems because it's like a woman tends to get like a lot of her intimacy from taking care of a child because it's like she sort of fills that spot and then they don't really seek it out in their partners a lot.
I'm baby.
Yes, you were baby first and now you're toddler, but you're still my baby. But so it's like, Parker goes to bed at 7:30 and when Adam's not home, I'm like, oh my God, I'm alone for like 1 second. And then you pull up in the driveway and it's like, I'm like almost bummed because I just haven't been alone. And
I want to pause and read this really quickly. Crazy name said, what if it's a plan gimmick on her end, but he's going to go forward with it? I'm going to be honest. I think if anything, it's the opposite. I could see it being a planned gimmick on his end and she actually going through with the divorce. Annie Rita Gonzalez said, wait, is he not taking care of the daughter when he's home?
And I feel bad about trying to have sex with you for 15 minutes.
Yes, and I'm so mad at you for trying to take my time.
You're like, fine, can we skip the head?
No, I never say that. You're just like, I'll just give you head, we can just have sex.
I've been working all day, my dick stank.
Yes, exactly. But definitely navigating those waters because I don't want to like neglect our relationship. We're not even married yet. I mean, this is not to say that our relationship is like in a bad place at all. I think that like maybe when Parker was first born, it was pretty rocky. And when he proposed to me, I think like the weeks leading up to it, I was like, this is never going to work, you know, because, and I don't think that I was unfair in that because I think I was just adjusting to my new identity and my new role in life where the big thing for me was that like my life had completely changed and yours hadn't at all, except for that it had like a little extra cuteness in your day. You know, whereas for me, I was like a prisoner.
Yeah, it is quite unfair, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got the boobs and everything, so the baby really kind of just demanding.
She cried after you when you left today.
She always cries when I leave.
That's what's kind of new. It's very cute. I love it. I love seeing her love you, and I love seeing you love her. It's like, it's weird to say, but like that's what makes me the most attracted to you now, is like seeing how much you love her and seeing how much she loves you and seeing you guys play together and like.
And I feel like this is a big thing that is almost like missing in their relationship now, is like when I see them do interviews, I don't hear them talk about Parker. And I know that they stopped doing like mommy vlogging, like it wasn't short. It was short after this. They decided that they were pretty much going to keep Parker off the internet. And I'm not saying that they gotta like put her on the internet, but like more so it's like you want to hear about like their life that's not just the sex shit. Their relationship has only become their adult content that they do together, and I feel like that's the problem. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake with them anymore because of the fact that everything feels fake, because they've been doing this fake rage bait shit for so long. You don't even know anymore. It's like actually crazy. Here, let me go ahead and skip into some of this a little bit.
I never sleep with any other men.
Well, I don't sleep with any women off camera.
Men, very one-sided porn relationship where you sleep with other women and I don't sleep with other men. Do you
On
want to?
camera.
Yes, on camera. But also, I never sleep with any other men.
Well, I don't sleep with any women off camera.
Well, yes, this is true. So I never think about the title of our relationship. Like people are always like, you guys are poly or whatever. Like I consider us to be in a monogamous relationship because we're emotionally monogamous, even though we're not physically monogamous. And every time that we have sex with another woman, it's for work and on camera and for our business.
Right. So yeah, I would agree. We're monogamous.
Yes.
For work and on camera and for their business. And now do you hear when they're talking about it? It's like such a different thing. When they first got together and they first started like doing this, like when they had Parker and everything, it was just them doing like threesomes on camera. He would occasionally do a scene solo with another girl, but it was like really fucking rare. Like really fucking rare.
Monogamous, but
or I guess probably we're not technically. I'm sure there's a different name for it.
Technically not, but like
if you only sleep with other people together, there's got to be a name for it. We just don't. We're not sex literate enough. We're not like one of those people who know about all those terms.
Yeah, I don't know enough terms. If you want to tell me what you think we are in the comments, you can let me know so I can
LMK
know more stuff. But yeah, for me, sometimes I wish I could sleep with other men just because logistically for my schedule, it would be easier because Adam is a very busy person. And so sometimes it's hard to call upon him to work with him, especially when I want to have like a threesome for my OnlyFans and I have to coordinate with one other person's schedule. So there's that component. And yeah, obviously I think it'd be fun and hot if we did stuff with other guys, but like I just don't care enough to like have it affect my relationship with you. And I'm okay with that. But I feel like a lot of my very feminist audience wants me to care about that a little bit more.
Did you hear that? Affect my relationship with you. So I'm gonna be real. I think they try to act like it doesn't bother them about her filming with other guys, but I think it genuinely has gotten to the point where it absolutely freaking does. I think that he tried to be cool with it for like I think he's become such like an internet brained person. He was willing to do it for like the content aspect of it, but it got to the point where it actually started to bother him and he wouldn't admit that to himself, her, or the audience, really.
For it.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm fighting for my side.
What's your side?
That I like having you as mine.
As only yours?
As only mine, yes. I'm very, very sensitive.
You don't think that you're not very sensitive?
Very jealous, very emotional. I'm a lot to handle. You, sort of calloused. You can just watch me sleep with another girl.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt you. I don't know if I could feel the same way if I was watching you get donkey fucked by one of these.
Why do you always say it like that? What if we have a really sensual scene?
I know these guys. There ain't nothing sensual happening.
He knew it. He knew it.
If Plug Talk did not exist, so take the business part out of it. If I decided tomorrow that I didn't want to have threesomes anymore and I just wanted you to sleep with me, what would that do for our relationship?
I don't think I would care.
Really? Adam of 2018 would definitely have cared. Adam of 2022 seems like a very different man.
And I say that as somebody who now at this point we have such regular threesomes that it's like my brain never gets to develop that itch of like, oh, I want to fuck some other girl, you know? Because like it's always happening so consistently that I'm very much jaded to it, which is great for me because that always, every relationship I've ever been in, it's like, okay, I like you, I'm into you, I'm glad that we're dating each other, but also if I have to say no to every other girl for the rest of my life, that's going to be hard for me. And I feel like we're in a very good place. Although, I mean, like we went, even before Plug Talk, we would go like long stretches where we didn't hook up with any other girls. I like.
So I feel like this is also a big place where they had a disconnect. Like, I feel like he was willing to like give up that for her, so he says at least. But I don't know if she still always had those urges and eventually got him willing to give into her stuff. So that is a little interesting as well. And then here's the cheating conversation.
Okay, good.
How is it that you don't cheat anymore? Like they say, once a cheater, always a cheater.
I mean, it's a combination of the fact that I very much love you, and I feel very, very satisfied in my relationship with you, and that I very much enjoy the sanctity of our relationship and having somebody that I feel like I see you as my equal, and I see you as somebody that I'm building something with. To cheat on you at this point would feel just as shitty as if I was hanging out with somebody and they were talking shit about T-Rel and I was fucking going along with it. Like, yeah, fuck T-Rel, you know? Like, I would never do that because that would make me a bad person.
He did say
at this
fuck
point,
T-Rel very
the trust
later.
between us is so important.
I do feel like
to
there's
me
a lot of
that-
trust between us, and I feel like people out there want me to not trust you because they just see you in a different way than I see you.
Right.
But I do really trust you, and I people are like, oh, he's gonna fall in love with another girl from a threesome and run off, and I'm like, you really don't know this man.
You've seen me fuck hundreds of girls.
I don't know if it's hundreds, but like,
And
it's
I don't think you've ever really felt like there was even a real crush. You probably thought that I thought some of the girls were hotter than the other girls, but it's not like I'm like hitting them up. And
like, I know that I can tell you the top 10 girls we've had the most fun with, but like, I don't think you think about those girls and think like, oh, I should have gone with her.
I'm very, very committed to you. And even outside of that, I just love being in a relationship. I like having that part of my life taken care of.
So early on in our relationship, like before we were like exclusive, Adam would fool around with girls, and like we had never decided like we're exclusive to each other, and I didn't really think anything of it. But in 2018, you tried to self-sabotage. You almost cheated on me, and I found out. And it was like this moment we were in this huge fight, and you were like, you still wanted to go and hang out with this girl, and you were having to make the decision of like whether or not you were going to stay home with me that Friday night, or you were going to go hang out with the girl that you wanted to have sex with. And you chose to stay home with me and chose to continue our relationship.
This is the day where you were throwing the Henny bottle?
At the floor, yes. I didn't throw it at anybody.
So yeah, as you can see, things haven't always been exactly perfect between them, considering this was like 3 years ago, but it felt like they were like in a much better place compared to where they were in the previous interviews that we've seen. Like, for example, the interviews on Vlad where they were sitting like far apart in the chairs and she had like her tits out and the camo pants, those are 10 months ago. So like that kind of gives you more of a closer look of where they're at now versus that podcast that we were just watching is the one from 3 years ago. So I hope you guys kind of got a taste of what's going on. I'll definitely keep up with this story as it develops and see if they actually do end up getting divorced or not. I don't personally think that they will, but I will let you guys know. But I want to know what you guys think. Are you interested in this story? Do you think that they have a good relationship? Are they solid? Or do you think that they're going and heading for Splitsville? Narzi in the chat said, it doesn't feel like there's any love there. I could agree with that. I think that honestly, they're in more of a PR relationship than anything else. And the reason being for that is because they've been doing so much like collab work between their two businesses for so long. It would be so hard to like kind of split that up. Like the OnlyFans and the podcasting stuff has become like almost like an enmeshed business in one. And for them to split up would really fuck with that. And I feel like that's the biggest reason that they're together. Shelby Rhea said, I'm invested, but they need to split. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. S1K said, W deep dive. Thank you. Love you. Little Lolly said, even if this is fake, it won't last much longer, in my opinion. I don't even think that they, like, I think at home, they're probably not even, like, together. They're probably not having sex outside of, like, the scenes that they're doing. I think that they're together strictly for, like, their daughter, their business, and that's about it. But it's hard to say. It's always interesting to speculate, though. But before we get ending off today, there is another video that I did want to get into. So this is actually a video from a while ago, but I saw that this channel, it's only got 700 subscribers, but they tagged me in a video yesterday, so I was looking in some of the videos that they had. And I think we may or may not have reacted to this one on Glass at the time, but I do want to go back and react to it now, because it's from the day that I quit on stream. And I'm just really interested to like go back and watch this from the perspective of actually having left now and like tell you like my headspace and like everything I couldn't really say back then. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this, and shout out to Boxy Moo on YouTube who made this video. timing.
When it comes to the side VCs, basically, I think I would charge each host who wants one money to pay a moderator to moderate it, because none of the hosts moderate their side chats, and if they really want,
we can't. We don't have the power to delete messages.
Yeah, we have to ping a mod.
If you gave us the power to delete messages,
do you have the power to? Do you have the power to notify a moderator?
Which we have. But there's only 3 moderators for 3,000 people, so they're busy. Yo, we really do gotta fucking acknowledge that. That is some crazy ass shit that happens in that server. For over 3,000 people, it was like almost like 3,200 fucking people. They literally have had 3 moderators. Back when I first joined the LCU, initially they had, I think it was like 8 moderators. There was way more, and a lot of them quit because they weren't fucking with shit that was happening. To be so for real. Like, the same way hosts quit, mods have quit the same way. Like,
well, I've personally seen Zayzooted like reach out to mods about shit in side chats before, and it just it takes like 30-40 minutes.
Yeah.
There is
also, notice how like so much of this was like, oh, the glass community did this community did that. We haven't had any of this shit in the server. There has not been a single fucking fraction of like anything close to any of this bullshit he's talking about in my server. Sounds like it had nothing to do with our fucking people. Like, it's so dumb.
There is literally like, you know, there's main chat. There's a million places where you could type. The problem is shows fight each other, and then they start doing gay ops in those like side chats. Oh, fuck Tina, I hear she lives in this trailer park, you know, and shit like that. And since none of the host is like really paying attention to that, it's just a whole nother thing. Like, think
That's
about
so bullshit. None of the hosts are really paying attention to that. Literally, like 5 minutes ago, he was going on about how parasocial we were before this, by the way, and saying that we spend too much time in the VCs. So it's either we spend too much time being parasocial with them, or it's we spend no time in the VCs and we're not moderating. Oh, but it's the fact that, like, realistically, he didn't want to give host moderator powers because he didn't want to, like, there's trolls in the Discord, and he's scared that people are gonna, like, delete, like, trolls messages or whatever, but there's also trolls and there's also harassment. He'll just let people, like, fully harass hosts. Like, if you're a host, you could just get added, like, 40 times in Discord. Back when I was, like, actually getting harassed in the Discord, it took the 2 people who got banned for harassing me, the only reason that they got banned was because they added me in the Discord over 100 times every single day with like crazy like sometimes like threats, but mostly like shit like regarding like me in like a gross sexual manner, and they let that go for months. It took me literally crying about it on multiple streams, for like actually crying because I was genuinely upset. Because at what point, I don't think any other Discord in the world would allow the harassment that they allowed me to go through, to be so for real. And then Keem tried to act like the hero at the end of it because, oh, well, I did something. Well, you did something after months of me complaining about it. So, I don't know.
About 24 different side chats that now the moderators need to monitor. Like, it's just too much. You're asking too much.
I agree with that. I totally agree, which is why I think if hosts have the ability to delete messages, that'll save a lot of it. Because if hosts aren't moderating their side chat, fine, they get it deleted.
Not only that, but like, let's be so for real. We know where most of the weird behavior was coming from to begin with.
And now that's gone.
But guys, we don't really necessarily want that shit deleted. We want those people banned. That's the important thing.
That's
regardless,
that's like so stupid though. Oh, well, we don't want the messages deleted. We just want them banned. Well, if you're not around to ban them, and none of the moderators are around to ban them, the least we could do is delete the fucking docs out of the server. It's no fucking secret that one time, like a few weeks ago, literally somebody's full docs fucking got put in show topic suggestions, and nobody could use the bot system that they put in place to, like, report messages or whatever to report it because it was in show topic suggestions. So, like, somebody's full docs was, like, up there, and, like, hella people of the server were adding all the mods to delete it, and no one came in to delete it for mad fucking long. Like, that's the problems I'm fucking talking about when you have a 3,000 fucking person server and 3 fucking mods. Clearly he needs more mods, but he can't fucking trust anybody. Why can't he trust anybody? Because he treats fucking people like shit, and he knows they're all gonna eventually start talking to each other about the way that he fucking treats them like shit. There's a reason that he like doesn't want hosts like to do IRL events like without him. Like it's no fucking secret that when I was doing the fucking IRL event here, he tried to talk fucking Scooter out of fucking coming to fucking Florida. Number one, the reason was because of like the bus bullshit or whatever. But I know for a fact the biggest reason is because Keem doesn't want hosts interacting with each other because of the fact that he thinks that if we get together, we'll actually talk about the shit he says and the way that he treats us and realize that maybe we don't deserve that shit. Maybe we don't deserve 50% taken for a show that he hasn't helped us on in fucking months. The fact that another fucking thing. You know what? I really didn't fucking say shit about this the other day. And once again, I knew I was sacrificing my paycheck. But it shows you the fucking type of guy he is, that he was willing to pay out somebody who defended a goddamn PDF and won't pay out me, Steak, and Nightmare. And remember when he was on a stream like a month ago when this all happened and said that if I tried to leave the universe, he would let me literally stream the next day and would still pay me out because I've worked for him and been loyal to him for a year? Well, what fucking happened to that? Oh, wait, it was a limited time fucking offer because he knew he was only saying all that to look good in front of the fucking audience. And then when it actually came time for me to leave, oh, well, it's because she left in the middle of the fucking night. Yeah, of course I left in the middle of the fucking night. Because if not, I knew what it was going to be. You on a fucking phone call berating me, either yelling at me or trying to manipulate me again. After calling me untalented and all this bullshit, you'll make up, oh, well, you were the one who kept nerds afloat. You were the reason that Rewind stayed afloat. All this bullshit you'll only say to me behind the scenes. Only when it gets to the point that I would quit. The only time he ever said shit like that to me was when I was quitting on this day. Other than that, it was, you're untalented, you don't matter, like all this fucking shit about how I'm not a good fucking host. So if I don't matter to you and I don't matter as a host, then I will just fucking leave and let somebody else take my spot who's better. T-Bree said, why won't he pay AMAC? Is she not on Fluff anymore? I have no fucking clue. I didn't say AMAC. I said Steak. I thought Steak and Nightmare. AMAC's getting paid. He still won't pay AMAC? What are you talking about? I'm so confused. Somebody said in the chat, their channel got demonetized, but it wasn't her fault. No, but that's, Dino, when a channel gets demonetized, YouTube takes that money. So to be for real, like, not to like argue on Keem's side, but like, he didn't even get that money to pay out AMAC. Like, YouTube took that money from them, which is unfortunate, but I still think he should have paid her out because apparently he's in such a different tax bracket that he's a millionaire and these little pennies mean nothing to him.
You could delete it or not.
Oh, he's coming
out. Found shit that was like weeks old in VC chat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I think
there's a lot of people, I'm going to be real, there's a lot of people that are going to cancel, like they're saying in the chat right now, there's a lot of people that are going to cancel the cash cow, yeah.
I think we lost him totally. Oh, you hear? No, it's not that we lost him. That pause is him seething in anger. We said that, and the anger starts building up from his little fucking gnome toes all the way to that gnome nose.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck them. They can suck a dick. I don't care. Go cancel. I hate when they do that. Like, really, could you actual real thing? We're not going to watch it anymore because you can't type in the side chat of a VC. That is not real. That is.
Yeah, it is real, you dumb motherfucker. You promise people something, people pay for a membership for something, and then you're like, well, I'm just gonna take it away. Yeah, they're not gonna fucking pay for the membership anymore. Like, it's the same way that if, okay, let's say you run a goddamn Patreon and you offer things for different fucking tiers and all of a sudden, for the top tier of the fucking membership, you just stop doing the shit that you said you were gonna do for it. People are gonna stop fucking being members for that because you promised them something that you didn't fucking give them. When he keeps fucking taking away the fucking VCs willy fucking nilly, it puts us in this state of like fucking stress because we have all these VC events and things that we've planned and money that we've taken from these fucking people to do these fucking things and we can't fucking do them. That's why I don't want to put another goddamn penny in his pocket. He's the biggest reason why shit didn't fucking get done.
It's fucking retarded. They're not coming back now. Cancel your membership. Go fuck off. Yeah,
Keem, how much do you want to moderate the side chat?
Manipulation would never ever work on me. That is literally Down syndrome retarded. No, it's not coming back now. Go fuck yourself. Cancel your membership.
No, how much to moderate the side chat?
Cancel your membership. Cancel your membership.
Is 1,000 enough?
And of course, he's going to confidently say, cancel your memberships. Why? Because he's got 24 other shows that he takes the same percentage of from all of them. It doesn't matter how much which show is the top earning show, because every single show he earns 50% of. He doesn't care which shows are successful and which ones are doing bad, because no matter what, he's taking 50%.
Your membership. Cancel.
Yeah, wait, I'm asking how much you said first to pay for a moderator.
We're going to cancel their memberships. Do it. I want you to cancel your memberships. I'd rather have you cancel your membership than give in at this point. No, because you guys keep acting like I'm poor and need your money. And I'm sick of it. I don't. Go fuck yourselves. Cancel
If
your
you're not poor and need my money, then why are you keeping my paycheck for the money that I earned, for the wages that I earned? Why are you keeping my fucking paycheck? That we also rely off this shit too.
Cancel
this is
your
our
membership.
You're forgetting that aspect of it. We don't think you need the money.
Canceled.
I think you do
I
need
want
the
the
money.
memberships canceled.
Nah, I'm gonna be real. I really do think you need the money. When was the last time Happy Punch had a fight? What the fuck else you got bringing in revenue for you at this point? Drama Alert is literally Gino running it. Nobody watches that shit anymore because it fucking sucks. The Drama Alert Twitter is literally just AI fucking slap. What actually does bring you in revenue at this fucking point? I am a little curious. Oh yeah, locale.
Canceled.
Those people can cancel their membership, but what if we just take it out of my pay? If it's $1,000 a month, take it out of my pay. We could pay a moderator to moderate the side chat.
Actually,
for all the shows.
I'm getting rid of show VCs now. On. No more show VCs at all.
I shouldn't even have opened my fucking mouth, bro.
Yes, yes, that is correct. That is the correct response. You should message
Goodbye.
Keem privately.
Goodbye.
No.
What does that fix?
If I'm so bad for the fucking LCU, I just won't be here anymore. It's that simple.
He didn't say you. Like, this
It's
is
not
becoming
simple.
like a glass issue, which is retarded and stupid, to be real. I didn't make an issue about like any of this shit. I said moderators or give us the ability to moderate, and both of those are fair fucking points. I don't know why it's on our backs for what was said in the VC side chats, not the moderators to handle that shit, but doesn't really make sense to me, considering we couldn't delete a message or ban a person from the Discord to begin with. So I don't really know what we're supposed to do other than tell people to delete shit, which we did. And if they don't listen, or we call the mods and they don't come for an hour and a half, what do you want us to do? I'm just curious.
Was the most delusional shit in the world. Yeah, guys, if you don't allow a little side chat in our channel VC, I'm going to cancel my membership. The fact that you even believe that is insane to me.
Okay, so for all the people that did cancel their membership scheme, when that actually did happen, and then when I went to him and told him, like, yeah, that day when you went up and you called them all, like, retarded and stupid and said that they wouldn't cancel their membership, so they did to, like, prove a fucking point to you, and I told him that that was part of the reason that Glass was suffering, and he told me, no, the reason that Glass was doing bad is because Amber left the universe, and you need to start talking about Amber again. Blink, blink.
Do we got anybody canceling yet? Where's the big tidal wave of canceling? I don't see anybody canceling their membership yet. Well, we'll keep off the channel VC for a whole month. Let's see if it fucks with your revenue or if you'll keep doing strong.
Keem, like,
Well, that's the only way we're gonna say we have to do.
Also, I saw somebody in the chat, where was it? The Dr. Rock said, Zay, will you stop using the R slur? I definitely do want to, especially now that I'm not in the LCU now, and I'm not, like, battling people every day. There's really no need for me to, like, use that all the time, and I know it does bother a lot of you guys, so I am definitely working on cutting it out of my vocabulary. So if you hear me say it, yell at me in the chat so that I know, because I'm very much working on it.
This one of us has to be proven right.
It was.
Either
Remember when you
or
did that
Jer-
shit to nerds, and then it's just like, oh my god, I'm so
Well,
sick of you
let's find
fucking
out.
with my shows. Keem, you
We'll-
do this
we'll
to
know
me
a month
every
from now.
fucking
We'll know a
time.
month from now.
Every time I show
show at all.
you fuck with it every time. I'm
Hey,
so
you're the one
sick
playing
of
chicken
it.
with me.
I
They're
did
gonna
it. I
cancel
asked a
memberships.
fucking question. I didn't say shit. I asked you a fucking question.
Guys, the
Oh my
revenge.
God. Remember when I said every time you fuck with my show, it fucking dies? Huh. What happened? You fucked with my show again and it died and I quit and you're mad about it. Why? What did I fucking tell you was gonna happen that day? Keep fucking with my show and I really am gonna walk. You really don't fucking think that like, that's the thing that pisses me off about him, is he really thought that I was like all fucking talk. No, bitch. I really was fucking fed up. I wasn't staying for me even that fucking day. I didn't stay because Keem fucking called me and gave me some fucking manipulation speech. I stayed because fucking Rosie. I stayed because of the fucking work we did, and I knew how hard we fucking worked to build up Glass as a channel, and I didn't want to leave you all in the fucking dust yet until I even knew what the fuck y'all wanted to do. That's no, bro. The manipulation bullshit that he tries to fucking do is so insane. So fucking insane. And you know, Tom in the chat said, Zay, you're psychic. You know, I'm not even psychic. You know why I knew that was gonna fucking happen? Because he's done it to me every fucking show I've been on in the LCU. I got on fucking Nerds. Nerds made no fucking money until I got there. I went on to Nerds 8 days in, bro. You know what? I never was gonna ever fucking put this out there, but I will fucking put this out there now. Keem fucking promised to pay me $500 for the fucking first month. He promised all 4 of us $500. He said our check was $500. The paycheck time comes around. He only paid me $125 fucking dollars, bro. He promised me fucking $500, and I messaged him about it, and he goes, oh, well, I counted for the days that you were only there and you only worked like this part of the month. I was there from the 8th episode of fucking Nerds. Why did the fucking show make money? It wasn't because of Eric, Glammy, and fucking Pharaoh. You promised to pay me an amount and then paid me fucking less than that, and I still stayed and worked for you for a fucking year, bro. For a fucking year, and you can't even pay me on my last fucking paycheck like the disrespectful fucking bitch you are. If people fucking knew that you did that to me back then, you know how much shit people would fucking talk about you? And I still have all the goddamn messages to fucking prove it, bitch. $120 after working for 3 months for fucking free. And you know what? Remember when I said that I still fucking respect Mike, and you want to know why? Because after doing the fucking 2 episodes of Queens, each episode, he paid me $200 fucking dollars, which is way more, and that was out of his own fucking pocket. It wasn't company money, any of that bullshit. He didn't have to fucking do that. Keem, though, promised me $500, didn't pay me that. And then tries to say, oh, well, it's because you didn't work all these fucking days. I was there from the 8th episode. The 8th episode. I worked 2 less days than Eric, and he got paid the full $500, and I only got paid $125. Tell me how the maths. Ayoku AK said, excuse me, is this in writing? Yes, and I sent him where he wrote it in writing 2 times. This is the shit I'm talking about that I dealt with, bro. And I was never gonna say none of this shit, even after I left, up until he's gonna pull the I'm not gonna pay you. Then fine. Then what am I even waiting to not say this shit for, bro?
Surprise, motherfucker.
I know that that's someone on a troll account. I know that that's someone on a troll account. But I just like, keep start with the 5. Here's some money, Zay. Get your ass back to the LCU now. He doesn't even want me back. Let me be real. He's not even contacting me. He called me the morning I left, and I texted him and said, I'm sorry, I just woke up, but I'm gonna be honest, I just don't really think I can do this anymore. He never responded to me, and then just sent me the message of like the announcement of him letting me know he wasn't gonna pay me. He doesn't want me back, y'all. He did not give a fuck about me in the universe, and I'm totally fine with that. But what I'm not totally fine with is him trying to act like I've been so disloyal and I betrayed him the month of his wedding when I put up with this shit for a year. I've had him promise me things and just not deliver.
The revenge porn?
And I was the one who reported it. No, fuck this. I'm the one who reported. No, fuck this. I'm the one who reported the stupid revenge bullshit. So why am I being punched? Like, I'm sick of this game. Every time my show was successful, you fuck with it. Every fucking time. I've been nothing but loyal to you for a year. Yup. I get over this fucking shit game.
I can't hear you. Your mic's cutting out.
Oh my god, like, I'm over this shit, bro. I've been nothing but loyal to you for a year. And also, notice how my mic wasn't cutting out. He just wanted me to repeat it again to like feel like he like big body me. Like, actually go. Show gets successful, you do something to fuck with it. We already know that this is what's gonna happen. Why you did it with Nerds?
I can't hear you. You're breaking up. But I am loyal to you. I'm gonna make sure that revenge porn isn't getting blamed on you ever again.
Ask the mods who fucking reported it. I am loyal to you. I'm gonna make sure this thing that I've been blaming on you, that nobody was blaming on you except for me, is no longer gonna be blamed on you. Wow, that's not loyalty, buddy. That's not what loyalty is. Loyalty would be like, oh, wow, Glass has been kind of suffering. Maybe, like, let me come in and, like, give them some ideas, give them some coaching, something. When I asked you for help on the show, you told me I was untalented and to start talking about Amber again. Were we the ones obsessed with Amber, or was it you? I've been the one modding and dealing with all this bullshit that fucking Amber brought in. And now it's on me every fucking time. Like, I'm at the end of my rope, Keep. I just want to make a good show with a good community. That's it.
Well, I explained that our moderators just don't have the bandwidth to check 24 sideshows, side chats. Like I was very calm. I explained myself well, and I got called a scammer. I'm scamming people.
I never called you a scammer. I never said that.
You suggested it.
No.
No one fucking said scammer. No one suggested scammer.
That's ITZA. I am suing you. You better donate my $5 back to me.
Not the I'm suing you. You better redonate my $5 back to me. That's crazy. Yeah, that would be kind of hilarious. Also, Shannon C, thank you for the sub. But like, no, it's like even in this when he's trying to manipulate and be like, well, you call me a scammer. No one once said the word scammer. No one implied the word scammer, but you're literally feeling that about yourself. So you're projecting what you think people are saying about you because you know you're a scammer. You know that about yourself. You know you'll constantly like fake fire people so that you can set 250 member goals so that you can get, wait, how much is 250 members? Let's do like straight, and the reason they do it in members, y'all, is because they don't want you to think about how much money it actually is. So 250 members is $1,250. So when they're doing those insane goals, like 100 members to bring people back, remember, that's $500 out of your pocket just to bring somebody back that he was never gonna fire anyways. Even if you don't hit those member goals, he's not gonna fire those people. That, not you. Like, what does people saying about me have to do with what they're saying about you? Nothing. Like, I just think of every action that happens in the LCU that affects, like, us, and then it falls back on me, it falls back on the host. I can't control that the VCs aren't here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
Well, I told you in our previous conversation when I was driving, I was like, look, you know, our moderators do not have the bandwidth to check on all this stuff. There was a lot of fuck shit up that went unchecked. It was there weeks. Oh God, see, the conversation isn't about him, so he has to do the little uppy thing. This is what makes you a bad content creator. Between Glass and Bus, it was fucking hell, and a lot of rules were broken in these two channel VCs and their chats.
But without the ability to delete messages before, how were we?
I have a suggestion to solve all this.
I'm asking.
Because
deleting it is not what you're supposed to do.
We reported it to mods. We did.
Banning the person that
you
breaks
see
the
why
rules.
it's impossible to argue with this man? Because he's gonna fucking jump over fucking hoops and he's gonna argue about like semantics and the words you're using. When I'm talking about deleting the messages and ban them as well, bitch. Who fucking cares? Like, you are literally just like trying to die on a hill to sound fucking right at this point, and not a single fucking person in the world is on his side anymore.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, I'm done with the Keem trolling donos, smiley face emoji. On a serious note, you and Billy should do a show together. I miss Rewind with you and Billy.
I'm sorry, the DVD ROM account is probably the funniest troll account I've seen in a long time. That one takes me out. But also, I would be very down to do a show with Billy. After I've like maybe like got my feet established a little bit, I'll probably maybe hit some people up to do some collabs. But I don't want to like hit anybody up too soon because I'm not trying to like take their clout. I'm trying to like get my own 2 feet standing first and like feel like I have something to offer by like hitting them up to collab, you know? So I don't want Billy to think that I'm just trying to like leech off of his like clout, because I fuck with Billy as like a friend and a person, and it's not about that. So, like, if he wanted to collab, I'm very fucking down. But if he didn't, I just fuck with Billy, you know? So.
Is what you're supposed to do. And you can't ban people. You're supposed to notify a moderator that this person needs to be banned.
So I did everything I was supposed to do, but because the mods weren't acting fast enough, or even in Green Queen's situation, the revenge porn one, I was told by the mods that she had a get out of jail free card. That's what they told me. So what am I supposed to do?
What mod told you that?
Whatever. That's what she said. The mod told her. I'll show you the screenshot of the message of what she told. She said the mod told her she has a get out of jail free card.
That's what she said.
That was when Rush was here. That was when Rush was here. I promise you, it was Rush.
Okay, well, Rush is no longer here now. All I know is a lot of fucked up shit was said in these side chats. We don't have the bandwidth to cover them, and it does not have a benefit to us. It's only a problem. I kind of have no problems right now because there's no channel VC.
What is he talking about? Why does he keep saying the bandwidth? The bandwidth. Bitch, what are you, a fucking Wi-Fi router? The bandwidth. What do you do in your life that's so important? What do you do other than ride around on your goddamn fucking golf cart all day?
You're not going to take any of my time. You're not going to take any of our moderators' time. We're not going to have to waste around and do some dumb shit that works against the company. Right now, it's like pure freedom. I don't have to deal with any of your guys' shit. And it's awesome. And I don't care that you're crying. It's funny to me because I don't have to get bothered with this. You guys are a nuisance. Your fans are a nuisance. The channel VCs are a nuisance. They are fucking horrible.
I'm a nuisance. I'm a nuisance. This, by the way, stuck with me harder than anything else he said. This nuisance bullshit. Ever since then, I'm not fuck with Keem. Since he said this, he said my fans are a nuisance, I'm a nuisance, all that shit. So all of you who are watching this stream right now, to him, you're a nuisance because you're my fan. So like, why even spend your money on him? I don't ever tell people to spend their money, but I'm just telling you, that's a humiliation ritual if you spend your money on him.
They're a nonstop headache for all of us, and I deleted your shit, and it felt good for that reason. You don't understand my point of view. You don't respect our moderators and their point of view. You only want to pander to the audience, and today, you and the audience got fucked.
Who do I want to pander to? The audience, the people that are paying to keep the server up and running, the people who watch the fucking streams. What does he always say? The streams are for the audience. So, sorry, I want to pander the streams and pander the community to be around the people that literally make the community what it is. That's the problem with these old school YouTubers, is that they don't see the value in community YouTubing. They don't see the value in building up a channel of things that people are interested in a place for people to interact positively with each other. He sees a community as a place to, like, siphon shit from people, to use people. Like, that's why docket team members aren't paid. That's why mods aren't paid. That's why I don't even think the merch team, I don't know if the merch team gets paid by him or how that works, but shit's hella weird. The way he, like, it's so much volunteer work there for a reason. Okay, Keem. Well, I was gonna tell him, consider this my resignation then, because I think I'm done here. He can come back if he wants to talk about it, because I don't want to leave on bad standing, Keem, but I think I'm done.
No.
No,
Come on.
I'm over it.
No, come on. Zay.
He does not care about me being here. He just said that. Did you not hear what he just said? He doesn't give a fuck about
Yeah, he did.
No, he just
I think
said
he's
that.
just.
I'll go back
I
and
know.
play the clip. It doesn't matter if I'm here.
No.
He will
Look.
laugh in my face, so I'm done. Take this as my resignation.
Look, let's not do this, all right?
No, I'm
Come
not
on.
playing, bro. I've never said it on a stream. I've never said I'm quitting before. I've never played this game. It's not a game. I've always said if I'm quitting, I'm serious and I'm done. And I'm not going to sit in a place where I'm told I don't matter anymore. After working here for a year, this is my resignation and I'm done. Thank you guys so much for tuning into class. It's been really fun working with all of you, but I'm out. And I'll be real, like, on top of, like, coming back for Rosie, like, one of the things that, of me coming back that was said was, like, I don't want my shows to be fucked with anymore. I don't want to constantly feel like I don't matter in this universe.
They quit.
So if I'm going to be treated like that, I won't stick around. And then I felt like nothing changed, so I did. All right, let's hit the next one. Once again, this video is still from Boxy Moo on YouTube. I'm gonna actually quickly, before I start this one, link you guys their channel, because I just think these are like a nice little short way of watching some of the clips, and I appreciate them for putting it out there. So let me just drop it for you guys in the comments in case you want to check out Boxy Moo. They don't have many subscribers. All right, let's check it.
Okay, everybody's saying Zay quit. Let me pull up.
Quit?
Yeah, this.
I haven't seen any of
that
this,
was just
actually.
shared.
What
I guess
the
it was
fuck?
on the Lolcow Glass channel.
I'm done in the LCU. There's no other way to put it. I think a lot of you guys are not super surprised by this.
Oh my god, did Zay just put on Glass that she's leaving?
You know what? Let's start with Zay. Let's go ahead and get that part over with. All right.
So, what do you think about Zay Zuni?
Damn, I didn't see any of this. I didn't know everyone was talking. I figured they'd all talk about it, but it's just funny.
Quit. She left the fucking LCU.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zay Zooted posted at like midnight or some shit.
Hi, glass holes. I don't want to leave you all in the dark, so I want to just say what I have to say here and now. The LCU was something that used to be a really fun place for me. I've met some of my best friends here, had some great days here, and had experiences I'll never forget. But I've ultimately reached a point where my time here is done, and it wouldn't be fair to you all who have supported me this far not to tell you that I've lost passion for this universe and I'm taking my leave. Thank you for all the memories. Love you all, Zay.
Oh, shit. Well, that's... Oh, jeez.
I mean, some people, their time just expires, you know?
Yeah.
I hate to see her go just because she's been here so damn long, but I mean, we all gotta do what we gotta do, I guess.
Exactly. I know. It's just, it's so weird, like, which
It's
hosts
random.
are leaving at, like, I don't know. Just weird.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's not that random though. Like, we gotta be so for real. The state of that universe is in a weird place right now. When they put Turbo and Glammy on live, like, there's no more greener pastures to be seen. Shit is just a fucking mess over there. And yeah, maybe things will be fine over there by August. I don't know. Maybe they'll all come back and they'll do their fucking thing. Whatever. But I don't know. The only fucking reason I even still tune into the LCU is still to support Rosie and to support Glass. Like, I would say the only thing I would still support in the LCU at the moment is Glass.
Just Steak and Nightmare?
We're becoming the ones that are like the old ones.
Zay Pooted left the LCU. Poor Zay Pooted. Rip ho. Don't worry, she can make scat videos. She can make more of those scat videos.
Now, I could see why Zay
I'm sorry, that is really like the dumbest fucking thing that they've stuck on for months. Can we please come up with something more creative? Like, at this point, it just makes me laugh because it's so stupid, bro. Like, please, come up with something more creative.
probably quit. Didn't they tell her that she was shitty a few times to her face? That probably fucking wore down on her eventually, to where she fucking.
People tell me
wanted
I'm
to check
shitty
out.
every day, but it's not gonna wear me down because, like, that's the reason why I get up. You know, I've been up since
There's
5.
no way Albert's saying that. Like, Albert hasn't quit 40 times because of that. Like, okay, Albert. Yep, you talk. You tell him.
I mean, I took a nice shit. I smoked a couple cigarettes.
Now, this post was on the 1st of the month. It was at the end of the, you know, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, she up and just quit on Jersey.
This is a message from Zay to the community. Hi, glassholes. I don't want to leave you all in the dark, except for Jersey.
And here's the thing, Jersey didn't know. I put this in the main chat, and that's how Jersey found out.
Well, the best way I can put it is I did not tell Rosie the exact day I was leaving, no. I didn't call her before I left the LCU server last night to tell her I was leaving, no.
Well, I'm here still, so there's that.
I've actually never seen Glass before. They said
I think that,
she didn't even tell her co-host.
We just lost Nightmare and Steak from live.
Yeah.
And so it's just a buildup of people that are leaving Keem.
Fuck you, Xbox, and your updates. But once again, on that whole, like, thing of, like, I didn't tell Rosie, I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. It's not like it was, like, super blindsiding. Since that day that I fucking quit, I've said, like, I'm just fucking checked out of this place, you know?
The LCU isn't fun anymore.
Well,
They
it's
don't
dying.
enjoy
I mean,
being in the LCU.
Like, it's at a point where I just don't want to fake the funk anymore, y'all. Like, to be real, I'd rather do, if I'm going to be in drama, I'd rather do drama that's legitimate. I'd rather be, I don't want to run these fake scripts. I don't want to feel like I have to run stories that I'm not interested in running. I want to do content of things that I'm interested in because that's what makes me passionate. And that's what I joined the universe for initially. And that's why I'm leaving, because I feel like I can't do that anymore.
You just want to be part of something. That's why she came, I think. I think it was a social. How much time? Tell me if I'm wrong. How much time did she spend in the VCs? Tons. All she wanted was.
Oh my gosh, she was in there all the fucking time.
All she wanted was what me and you had. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all she wanted.
I can
and
see that.
they hated her so much and resented her so
No,
much.
I don't want a father-daughter weird relationship. You're weird for that. No, I don't want a fucking creepy old man constantly telling me that he wants to steal me from my man. Weirdo.
By the way, I don't think Keem treated her poorly as far as I know. Probably he's tough on her, like, or no, not any different than anybody else.
He tried so much to fucking help her.
Like, I have no negative words for Zay. Like, I have no I have no ill feelings. Like, yeah, everything kind of happened the way that it happened, but like that was my bitch, you know. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, oh well, like fuck her, like yada yada yada. I'm sure I'm gonna get clipped in that exact millisecond too.
I knew she was gonna leave eventually. I fucking called that shit. I called it.
I didn't think she was gonna leave.
Everyone's gonna leave eventually. Do you think people are gonna work there till they die? Like, what?
I'm not gonna lie to you. She's been through some real shit on here. You know, people attacking her OnlyFans and things like that, and shitting on her because of her voice. But I really didn't think she was gonna leave. That stuns me.
No, I thought she would. As soon as ALR left, I had a feeling that she was gonna go. I just wasn't expecting. I thought she was gonna take Jersey with her.
The whole agreement that we sign.
What the fuck? Okay, I was in this universe before ALR, or in the universe before ALR was there. Why would her leaving have anything to do with me leaving? It didn't. Everyone's just acting like that day where I quit on screen like did not fucking everyone's just like acting like all that just didn't happen. And this is so surprising.
Is so basic but has some very valuable like pieces to it. And so like she will have a few limitations if he upholds that NDA and the agreement that she signed.
What? Grady's watching said, Keem claimed you lost 20K because he's not paying you?
Yo, you should watch another boxing.
Well, check out Boxing Move if you want to see some more of that shit. But they do like, I guess like locale recaps mostly, but I thought that was an interesting video to check out, plus the one before that, so shout out to them. But yeah, I don't know. Here, my general consensus is a lot of the people that are still in the LCU, and this isn't everybody. Like, definitely not Rosie, because she's only been there, like, for a short period of time. Like, when y'all hear me talking about, like, a lot of shit about people, don't even take don't even assume that Rosie's a part of anything I'm saying, because she is one of the only real people that I've ever met in the LCU, and once again, I will say, one of the only people you should still support there. But because of that, like, a lot of these other people, I feel like, are so desperate to, like, cling on to some semblance of, like, clout or cling on to some semblance of relevancy. They always talked about how, like, untalented I was and all this shit. And, like, half of them have no accolades for themselves. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and act like Batgirl is, like, staying in the LCU for anything else other than she needs the paycheck and she's untalented and definitely couldn't do it on her fucking own. That's, like, half of the fucking LCU. But, hey. The doctor, or the D-Rock said, that's how cults work. Yeah, to some extent. Leon Kennedy said, Zay, he barely helped you. Batgirl is stupid. Yeah, whenever people say he helped me a lot, that's really hilarious because especially, like, nerds, there was, like, months where we never even talked to Keemstar. Same thing with, like, Rewind. I'd say Rewind was the show that he helped out with the most, but that was because he was, like, friends with Billy, so him and Billy would talk, but he didn't really fucking, like, talk to me, if that makes sense. But, yeah... What else am I trying to think? What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and then same thing with Glass. Like, he didn't really help me and Rosie. I hope that he's helping Rosie more after the fact. Maybe he's realized that that's something he needs to do, but all I can say is that I'm rooting for like, Rosie to do well for as long as she can. And, like, I'm sure, like, it's tough to leave the LCU, guys, especially when you get there. Like, there is a lot of positives to it, and unless she's, like, felt everything that I felt, like, negatively, she might not be in the place where she wants to leave, y'all. So I don't know. I wouldn't pressure her to, like, keep leaving or anything like that. She'll leave if and when she's ready. So Uneven Bird said, have you seen Soph on Glass? Yeah, I have. And that's another thing I was gonna say. I think Soph and her are doing some pretty good chemistry. I think that they've had some pretty good shows. I didn't see, like, the full episode today because I started at 3. But from what I saw today, they definitely had, like, a really good episode. And they're doing, like, something where, like, Soph's gonna dye her cat pink, which I think is kind of funny. And they had Phantom on the episode. So, yeah, they're definitely cooking it up. And I think you guys should tune into whatever her and Soph got going on. Because who knows what Glass is going to turn into. It's, like, a whole different vibe because they're both very, very bubbly. Which I feel like makes it, like, very girly of a show. So it's cute. I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Uneven Bird said she's a great pick. Honestly, I agree. Like, out of a lot of people that she could have been partnered with, the two that I think would have been the best would be either Soph or Tater Tot. Nicholas ETC said, dude, Billy's nice hair comment with tears in his eyes killed me. Yeah. Tomer said, yeah, majority of them can't make a solo career, and that's why they stay. That's also a really fair point. But I think we're generally through most of the LCU talk for today, but we got about like 12 minutes before I'm looking to end, so I don't mind hitting a little Love Island episode 2 recap with y'all. So let me get it pulled up so I can scroll through some of the scenes, because this episode was diabolical. It was pretty boring for the most part, to be really real, compared to like a usual Love Island season 2 episode, but there was some really funny fucking moments, I gotta admit. Oh, I have Peacock on Prime. I keep forgetting that. Prime Video. Here we go. And then Peacock. Alright, so episode 2 last night picked up immediately from where we left off at the doors. Why the hell is it not just popping right up for me? Usually it's right there when I look up Peacock. But it leaves off at the doors that we left off at, where they brought in the bombshells, and then they did something even weirder. So they set the bombshells to fucking go with the original Islanders to fucking the hideaway for 24 hours. So you had the Kata girl brought Bryce and brought Zach for 24 hours into the hideaway, and then you got Gabriel, who brought Trinity and B into the hideaway for 24 hours, and some awkward ass moments happened. So let's start with the first awkward ass moment. Let me go ahead and just show it to you guys, because there's no other way to fucking put it. I'll just play on mute. So here's what happens. Okay, so they just start making out, and she's just sitting there on the fucking bed. They just start making out, and Trinity is just actively sitting on... What in the cuckening, what in the cuck-queening is happening here right now? I have never seen something more trifling than this in Love Island. They have done some crazy shit, but they have never done some shit like this. And when they were doing this, I came to the realization after these long-ass beds that the beds are literally set for 3 of them to sleep. Okay, but that was the only clip that we're like actually going to play, by the way. And it wasn't even like a full play. We just played like the 2 seconds of it for you guys. But we do gotta skip over to the other room and some of the shit that happened. So there's a bunch of like awkward kissing and stuff, but this is the worst part. So here's the best way I can describe it. So Kata, Zach, and Bryce are all in bed together. Kata starts going in to kiss Zach. And then you see how they all end up like this? Like Bryce is like down here on the fucking pillow. Well, how did he end up down here? Oh, because he tried to ask Kata and Zach while they were in the middle of making out if he could join in. And she said, not tonight. And so he's like, that's so crazy. That's so fucking wild to me. So insanely crazy. Now, let's go ahead and skip ahead a little bit. So they go on these like dates, and through the dates, most of it is just, them like chatting it up. I don't actually think any of them have that great chemistry. And then we'll skip to the end. So here's where things got a little bit more interesting, because like I said, it was a mostly boring episode. So they had them like pick each couple that they wanted to be in, and the options were between so Gabriel had to choose between B and Trinity, and as you could see from that kiss probably right there, right here, he chose B. So Trinity went and sat back down with Bryce. So Bryce and Trinity are still in a couple, but now Gabriel and B are in a couple. Shauna is single. And then for Zach, he had to choose between, what were their names again? Or no, not for Zach. It was for Kata. She had to choose between Zach and Bryce, and she ended up choosing Zach. So Bryce obviously went back because him and Trinity are still paired up. And now Kenzie is single. And Kenzie seems really upset about this. Kenzie was crying on this episode as if she's known fucking, what's his name? Zach for years or something. Even though he never really seemed to be that into her to begin with. So I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen tonight because the pacing so far has been really weird. My problem is that they put too much shit into episode 1. And at least if they were going to do this, like, weird Freak-a-Leak season, just space it out a little bit better so that, like, some of the shit that happened in episode 1 happened in episode 2 instead. And maybe cut out some of the boring combos because, like, there's no chemistry between these Islanders. Like, that's the biggest fucking problem with this season is none of them like each other. And I don't think that we're ever going to get a point where any of them feel like they really like each other because this season just feels all wrong, like the way they're doing it. And it's so, like, sudden. Like, to take 6 Islanders and put them in a separate area for 24 hours from the main villa, and, like, that's immediate, like, connections being lost potentially because people can't interact with each other. Like, I don't know. Just didn't feel normal. Paul and Polly Pocket said, I hate their mics when they kiss. I hate that they specifically make it so that you can hear from their mics when they kiss. Belinda Guile says, does chat know to avoid ruining her flow? Ruining what? Wait, what was the question? I missed it. It doesn't take much. My flow doesn't get ruined. I don't know. But Tomer said, the girls are much prettier than the guys. Yeah, actually, that's so fucking true for this season. There is some really pretty ladies. The only couple that I think that's actually interesting to me, like appearance-wise and personality-wise, is Casey and Anaya. I feel like they're still in that, like, awkward kind of, like, flirting phase. They did share, like, a kiss together, but it didn't feel, like, very good of a kiss. But I feel like they kind of have, like, a cute, like, puppy-ish kind of, like, puppy love kind of thing starting up. So I could maybe see Casey and Anaya, like, working. But then Anaya did some shady thing when she was, like, talking to the bathroom with Sean. And she was like, oh, yeah, like, I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And then she, like, hugged him. So I don't know about that. Because maybe it kind of came off to me like she was letting Sean know that she's, like, still kind of available and open if he's interested. So that was the only shady thing I'd say. Yes, I am halfway to being monetized on YouTube. So I'm at 1.7K watch hours. I need 3,000 to get monetized, and then it'll take like 3 to 5 days for it to get accepted from there. So it'll be a little bit, but for now, I have a Streamlabs link pinned at the top of the comment section. If you guys do want to support, absolutely no pressure whatsoever, but appreciated if y'all do. Yeah, I can't believe it either, V Midnight, but thank you all of you guys who have been supporting so heavily, checking out my videos, checking out my previous VODs from before the LCU stuff. I really appreciate it. All my videos are from before I was in the LCU. They're like my old gaming content, but if you're interested in checking out like some Telltale gameplay, some Call of Duty gameplay, BioShock, Resident Evil, Left 4 Dead, I've got like bunch of different games on there. I think I've got like 20 videos-ish that you could check out. Killer Kaz said, how far off from Twitch affiliate? I actually don't know for Twitch. I haven't checked what the watch hours say on Twitch yet, but it's definitely farther on Twitch because I have like way less viewers over there. But and because of today not being able to even go live on Twitch, it'll be a little funky. So, but also for you guys who are interested in my gaming content, tomorrow night I will be collabing with Exile, and we are going to be playing Peak as the second stream. I'll still be doing like my normal 3 p.m. like drama kind of commentary stream. And next Monday, I'm going to be doing the Cult Iceberg. So if you guys are excited in me doing my cult content, and if you guys are excited in me doing my iceberg content, that's going to be starting on Monday. We're going to do like iceberg of like a bunch of different like cults or like crazy religions that you guys might not have heard of, and it'll get like crazier as we go. So it'll probably be like a 2 to 3 hour iceberg. So if you're excited for that, I hope you guys are, because it'll be Monday. Let me see if there's anybody to redirect to. No pressure if there isn't. I just have no clue who's streaming these days. Oh, it looks like Exile's live. I'll redirect over to him. Awesome. All right. Lady Wombat said that sounds fun. Yeah, it should be. I have been really into cults like for a really long time, and I know that there's like religions that are like pretty close to being culty, or like cults that were like a little bit smaller, like the Love Has Won cult from that one documentary where the like lady turned herself blue from the colloidal silver, which if you guys have not heard of, we will definitely be talking about that on Monday. Or there's like the like way more known ones like the like Waco, for example. Thank you, Couples, for subscribing, and Xena, the sassy crafter, for subscribing. Couples is such a good name, by the way. Tom said, is the LCU going to be part of the iceberg? That would be hilarious. Paul and Polly Pocket said, that sounds awesome. I like your coverage and how you flow with content. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the ADAM22 and Lena deep dive today. I know it's a little bit different from like a lot of what you guys have like tuned into from me thus far, but I do definitely want to cover like relevant YouTube drama going on, just things that are interesting to me. I thought about covering like the James Charles stuff that happened like a week or two ago, but I just don't feel like it's like still relevant enough and big enough of a story to like hit a whole episode with, but stuff along those kind of lines. So if you ever see anything that you think might interest me, feel free to throw it in the show topic suggestions in the Discord, because I'll check that out. We also did open up a promo section of the Discord in case any of you guys are streamers as well and you want to throw your stuff in there, and we got an art section now. Also, huge shout out to Psych Draws for drawing the cutest little like hot dog as our like server icon now. It is absolutely the cutest. So W Psych, because it is fucking amazing, and I'm so fucking grateful for her for drawing it. Oh, yeah, and we do have a music section. And in the music section, we have a Spotify playlist that you guys can join, and we can all collaborate together and just add our songs. It's the Little Smokies playlist, so it's all of us who want to join can put in any songs you want. It's pretty fucking cool. Wombat said I have PTSD from Discord. Mine's pretty chill if you guys do want to come hang out. Everyone's very nice in there, so there's an application process. We don't just let anybody in, so we're pretty safe. Everybody's pretty cool. If you guys don't want to check it out, though, I will still be live back again at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and then I'll be live again around like 10:30 tomorrow with Exile. So once again, go check out Exile today. I think he's streaming the new Yoshi game that's on Nintendo Switch 2. So I'll be over there watching it because I really want to check out the gameplay for that. So if you guys want to come hang out with me in the chat, I'll be over at Exile's channel until Love Island, which is going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Event VC if you want to come watch that with us. And then we will be spinning the movie wheel tomorrow to pick what movie we're going to be watching Sunday. And then I think we'll probably also spin it to watch a movie on like Thursday or something. So I'll let you know how many movies we'll do in a week for sure tomorrow. But, ooh, he's trying to pick a color Yoshi. Everybody go in the chat right now and spam that if there's a pink or purple Yoshi, he needs to pick pink or purple. Pink or purple. All right, I'm redirecting you, and we're all going to go spam pink or purple in Exile's chat. Thank you, guys. And have a great rest of your day.